Well, the centre here was opened originally back in 1999, and hence we called it the Millennium Centre. And it's a multi-purpose community centre and sports hall. And as you can see here today, we have a senior citizens group. We have people here that play bingo and they play cards for Wednesday. And then we have a lot of other stuff going on here as well. But in 2013, we started an extension here and we got grants towards it, but we also had to put up our own money. So when the building was refurbished and the extension done out front in 2014, we still had a loan of 120,000 on the place, which we were paying back over a 5-year period. So when we won the draw, we paid off 10,000 off the loan. So that helped in a big way. It cut down, number one, our monthly outlay, and it also cut back the interest we were paying on the loan. That was money then we could use for other things in the centre. Because obviously it's one thing having the place, but it does cost money to run it between light, heat and everything else goes on here. It costs quite a bit of money every year to run it. Well, the original idea was that we wanted to support the local club because we knew they were getting a share out of the draw. So we did that and we were delighted when we won it. It was a big bonus to us. Well, you're helping the club, number one, but also there's always a possibility down there that you'll win money yourself. And I mean, this parish and the club here in Caherline have been very lucky over the years. I think we've had at least 3 winners of the 10,000 over the last few years here. So like that's a big plus for any area. And as well as that, you're helping the local club.
Well, I suppose the club draw is long-standing, and an awful lot of work has went in over the past to get us to the level that we're at the moment. We are a big member of the club over the county-wide. We would have over 400 members in the club draw, and we're proud of the efforts that have been made to get us to that number. Now, as regards day-to-day activities, I would be in charge of promoting the draw to a certain extent through word of mouth, through social media, and administrating over the draw as regards the finances and things like that. Well, as you probably heard from Jim there a while ago, there's an awful lot of Piarsaigh members that want to support the GAA. And they want to support their local club, and they just need measures and ways to be able to support the local club. And we see it in the Piarsaigh as a very, very good way to support your local GAA club, because not only are you supporting your GAA club, you're also supporting your county team, albeit in a smaller way. And you're also supporting, you're also getting the benefit of getting huge prizes on a monthly basis, the 10 draws over the course of the 12 months, and the huge monthly cash prizes that can be won. And as Jim alluded to earlier, he was a previous 10,000 winner who won in the draw. I think it was in 2018. And obviously the club draw is changing now this year, and there'll be additional bonus prizes, which we feel is a very, very good addition to the draw for 2020. Absolutely. I mean, as I alluded to earlier, there has been huge efforts in the past through a lot of club members, too numerous to mention here. But I suppose one man that probably does deserve a mention is a man that drove the club draw for so long, and that was a man called Dan Hickey. He was synonymous with Piarsaigh. He did huge work both on and off the field with many teams, and was a huge driver for Piarsaigh of the club. And as we spoke about, the club draw is a huge fundraiser for the club on an annual basis. And I suppose Lord of Mercy and Dan, he would have been very proud to see the facilities that have developed as a result of those funds going back into the club today.
And a very good afternoon to you, and welcome to the LIT Gaelic Grounds here for the Nick Green Sports Ground Intermediate Hurling Championship Final. Well, Piarsaigh will of course be looking for their second county final victory in this very venue within 24 hours. Newcastlewest, of course, hoping to avenge last year's defeat in this very final, where they got beaten at the hands of Glenroe in the intermediate final. They'll be looking to go one better this year. John Keogh alongside me in commentary here. John, first and foremost, absolutely beautiful day for a game of hurling.
Perfect conditions for a game of hurling, Liam. Intermediate final. You mentioned Piarsaigh going for a second title in less than 24 hours. Newcastlewest probably still smarting all year from their defeat to Glenroe in last year's decider. All the ingredients for a cracker today.
And just as we say, conditions ideal. There's a slight breeze blowing, nothing too major at all. The sun's splitting the rocks here, so the water break, the dreaded water break that everybody's given out about all year, will be welcomed by both sides this afternoon.
Badly needed this afternoon given the conditions. Look, we're the 20th of September. Couldn't have dreamed for conditions like this heading into a county final, but the water breaks, which were more tactical than anything else, will surely only be used for water today.
Let's talk about the two teams coming in here. We'll go through the teams in just a moment, but just in general about the I suppose the way they've come into this afternoon's final. As you mentioned, Newcastlewest beaten last year by Glenroe. They'll be looking to go one step better, but Piarsaigh, they must be buoyed by the performance of their senior team last night.
You'd have to imagine they would be. You know, look, this very Piarsaigh team, it was 3-4 years ago, only came up from junior. They've settled at the grade. They've obviously been outstanding form this year to get to this far. Number of players put in both panels as well, so they'll have experience of that big match day. Some of the younger lads getting to the 21s quarter final as well, underage titles all the way up. This day they won't be feared by playing in this final. And as you mentioned, Newcastlewest on the other hand, a very experienced team, sprinkled with a couple of younger lads, under 21 players, just out of under 21s. Really smarting from last year. They really were unhappy with how things went against Glenroe, as you full well know. And it's just as interesting to see. We saw in the seniors last night, Piarsaigh losing last year's final, winning. Kildima Palace Kenry in the Premier Intermediate, losing last year's final, winning this year. Interesting to see if Newcastlewest, you'll be hoping they will.
You're giving us hope, John. Fair play to you. You're giving us hope. But when you look back just on last night's performance from an Piarsaigh point of view, that must be, though, giving a huge boost to this side coming in today. It takes a bit of pressure off them as well, you know, because if you're two teams in a county final within 24 hours of each other, if you lose the first one, pressure is on you to win the second. But when you win the first, in the nature that Piarsaigh did win it last night, pressure very much off their second team today then.
In that sense it is, but Piarsaigh are the type of club, Liam, as you know, if they're in a final, they're expecting to win it, no matter what the grade, no matter what the opposition. So where there is pressure off this group of players, they'll still be fully expectant to go out and land the title and be playing Premier Intermediate next year.
Well, that is the prize at stake, is the Premier Intermediate Championship for next year. Let's look at the two teams for you then, beginning with Piarsaigh, doing it in alphabetical order. They'll start with Evan Condon in goals, a full back line of Conor Richardson, Garrod Sinnott and Padraig Heaney. It's Evan O'Brien, Emmett McAvoy and Donald O'Connell, the half back line. Dean McLaughlin and Pat Gleeson, who captains the side, is at midfield. Keith Dempsey, Kevin Daly and Sean Long are the half forward line, with Dylan Cronin, Kevin Ryan and James Daly the inside inside forward line. You see there, John, a mixture of youth and experience in that side. Pat Gleeson captain in the side, playing in the county final way back when they won their first. It seems like an age ago. It's not all that long ago either, just 9 years ago. He's captaining the side, so he brings the experience in the middle of the field.
He does indeed, Liam. Look, he's been on the fringes of the senior team since then. If I recall right, he came on their All-Ireland victory as well back in 2016. You know, very experienced player, very busy player around midfield as well, and if he plays well, you know, Piarsaigh will get a lot of confidence from that. But the guy I'm really looking at as their danger man in this game is full forward Kevin Ryan, starter for that senior team for so long, lost his place in the last couple of years. He'll feel he's one player that'll have something to prove, definitely. And again, looking out for the likes of Padraig Heaney in the full back line. Played senior with Piarsaigh last year. Very, very tight marker, and you know, one for the future as well.
And despite not being named anywhere on the management team, we see Shane Dowling down there with an orange bib and him just giving a few words of advice as well to the Piarsaigh team, so he's certainly one to watch out for as well. The coin toss just taking place. Piarsaigh have won it. Pat Gleeson, their captain, has decided that they're going to play from left to right as we watch it here, so defending the Cahir Davin goals, hitting the City goal in the opening half. The Newcastlewest team then line out. There is one change on the Newcastlewest team from that which was named earlier, so that means Mike Quilligan starts in goals. A full back line of Mike Mulcahy, Maurice Murphy and Colin Foley. Seamus Hurley, Sean Brown and Stephen Nix wears number 7. Timmy Nix, his brother, is at midfield alongside Mark Kelly, while the half forward line sees Brian Foley, Owen Hurley, and into the starting lineup comes Niall Enright in place of Brian Hurley, who misses out. Brian Nix, Mike McMahon and Dermot Moore and Kelly, the inside forward line for Newcastlewest. We're expecting a positional switch as well. We're expecting Stephen Nix to start in the half forward line with Niall Enright to drop back to the wing back position.
Yeah, Stephen Nix just mentioning he's endured some serious injury problems over the last few years, but a key player to this Newcastlewest team, so they'll be looking to get whatever they can out of Stephen before he invariably does leave the field. But again, I mentioned the full forward on the Piarsaigh side, Kevin Ryan. It's very hard to look past Mike McMahon. Big Mike McMahon in at the edge of the square. We've seen him do it in the football for donkey's years. We've seen him doing it in hurling, just the same thing. And alongside Brian Nix and Dermot Moore and Kelly, a very, very dangerous Newcastlewest. And as you mentioned, Liam, there's experience all over the field in both codes, you know, as well as sprinkled with youth, just like the Piarsaigh side. It looks like it could be a really, really tight contest.
You mentioned Mike McMahon. He's here practicing his frees from the halfway line, and just interesting to note that 14 and 15 for Newcastlewest this evening or this afternoon, well able to take frees, so if one fails the other will certainly step up to the mark, and that could be something that could be a decisive factor. We've seen it in a few finals. I know we were here for the Premier Intermediate final where for long stages of the game it was very, very tight. Free takers very much on top at the start of that and gave confidence to players to push on.
Yeah, it's huge. If you're a free taker that's on his game, it's a huge boost to the rest of the players, because you know if you take a fella on, gets pulled down from any angle, it's nearly a guaranteed point. So you're going to be looking for frees. It then, on the other hand of things, for the opposing team that's defending, guy pulls a guy down, yellow card, he's in trouble. You're going to run at that guy all day. So look, free taking in any final, in any game, is hugely important. And Piarsaigh, you've mentioned the two on the Newcastlewest side. James Daly at under 21 level this year. From the few games I saw of him, he didn't miss a free. So both sides really, really looking to the free takers to lead them today.
They certainly are. The referee for this afternoon's game, of course, Mike Sexton, the vastly experienced Mike Sexton, and taking charge of this intermediate final, and on what is a beautiful sunny afternoon here at the LIT Gaelic grounds. We're looking forward to what we hope, John, should be a cracking game. Two sides, I suppose, that maybe not in the Piarsaigh at the start of the year would have been expected to be here. I suppose they had a good victory against Fiohan and Castlemahon in the semi-final. Many people thought slight bit unexpected, but they're here on merit.
Again, yeah, they are. Of course, you don't get to a final without being there on merit. This Piarsaigh side, as you mentioned, Shane Dowling giving whatever advice he has to give, obviously a big impact. But look, Piarsaigh may not have been expecting to be there at the start of the season, but Newcastlewest certainly were. You know, you only have to look at what Glenroe did at Premier Intermediate level to see where maybe the victors of this game can go in 2021. So it's a huge carrot for both teams, and what an achievement it would be for Piarsaigh to have a senior champions in the Premier Intermediate hurling team next year. But Newcastlewest will certainly believe they belong at a higher level.
Well, the next 60 odd minutes or so are going to tell the story whether who's going to be in the Premier Intermediate Hurling Championship next season. Before we get underway, we have the playing of the national anthem, or on the Veen. Well, regardless of what group it is, what age group, no matter what competition it is, county final day is always a special afternoon, and here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds that is no different for the supporters of Newcastlewest and the Piarsaigh, both of whom have roughly around 100 each. It's a pity more can't be here, John, but these are the times we live in, and at least there's some few in to watch it.
The game started during the week with the Premier Minor Hurling Final. Fantastic for younger lads in particular to have supporters, parents, friends, everything else in with them, and we saw it here last night. Okay, you want more in a county final, you want to have as many as you can, but as you said, these are the times we live in. It's great that we can have anyone here at the moment, and just hopefully they're treated to a cracker. The conditions are perfect, we're just hoping for a good game.
Yeah, we certainly are. May the best team win.
And we all
Who's
know
going to win?
Who's going to win? It's a very, very tight one to call. I'm going to go with what I said earlier, with the losing teams from last year winning the finals. I'm going to go with Newcastlewest, just.
Because if you said anything else, you'd be going over the gantry. Right, referee Mike Sexton just getting ready to get things underway here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds this afternoon. Mike McMahon just passing halfway, about to put on the helmet and head towards the centre forward position. It looks like a few positional switches all around the place, as one would expect, but we'll go through all of them in just a moment. Mike Sexton just having a look to make sure there is 15 apiece on it. The Newcastlewest manager Willie Hurley just making his way off the field at the moment as the sliotar is in and the game is underway, and it is the Piarsaigh attacking the City in goal to our right hand side that have possession of it straight away with Evan O'Brien. Pops it up as far as Emmett McAvoy down that far side of the field towards Sean Long. Under a bit of pressure, eventually gets the hand pass away back towards centre back Emmett McAvoy, who launches this ball long down the field. First taste of action though for Seamus Hurley, off towards Mike McMahon, and McMahon from the centre of the field has struck that one brilliantly between the uprights. First score of the county final goes the way of Newcastlewest.
Yeah, and it's Mike McMahon, Liam. Look, anyone that's seen Newcastlewest over the last 10-15 years knows at both codes what Mike McMahon can do. Just further evidence there. Superb start.
Evan Condon's puck out down the far side, brilliantly won by Kevin Ryan. Launches this one. Kevin Ryan has put that one to the right hand side and wide. So first wide of the game from an Piarsaigh point of view, and John mentioned beforehand the two number 14s were the one to watch out for. The two that had the opening two shots, one wide and one score, as the puck out comes from Mike Quilligan long down the centre of the field. Football goalkeeper of course as well for Newcastlewest, sends it down this near side of the field where it's gathered there. In possession of it now is Diarmuid Moran Kelly, gets the pass away towards Brian Nix under pressure, looking up for the options, manages to send it across the centre, brilliantly caught there. Here's an opportunity for Newcastlewest. The shot goes in, well saved by the goalkeeper. The shot was from Owen Hurley, it was blocked by Evan Condon, and the Piarsaigh look to come away with this one. It's the fullback Carol Sinnott that has it now, bringing this one away, and Sinnott has been fouled. It's going to be a free going in favour of the Piarsaigh. Lively start, could have been a goal.
Yeah, great chance for Owen Hurley there. Did brilliantly to come back on his left after a great pass from Brian Nix. Won't be happy with the shot though. It's plenty of power on it, straight at Evan Condon, but Evan still had to make the save and did so very, very well.
Good start so far to this game. Just 2 minutes played of the opening half. Newcastlewest leading a point to no score here. And play to resume with the puck out from Evan Condon, or the free I should say from Evan Condon, just on the 13-yard line. Way to our right hand side, left hand side I should say, getting all confused here. Patsy Coffey down beneath us, just having a look at it. The fourth official keeping an eye on everything as the ball falls nicely into the hands of Niall Enright, who launches this one forward. Started, of course, this afternoon in place of Brian Hurley, who's missed out due to a leg injury. And the Piarsaigh come away with this one with Emmett McAvoy. Down the far side of the field he goes. McAvoy towards the halfway line, plays this ball low inside where it's gathered by Dylan Cronin out in front of his man. Gets the pass away across the centre of the field. Good touch there. Sean Brown, the captain of Newcastlewest, tries to win possession of it on the 21. He's beaten to it though. Kevin Ryan has it. Ryan takes the shot across the face of the goal, and it goes to the right hand side and wide. Second wide of the game from an Piarsaigh point of view, and both of them from the stick of Kevin Ryan.
Yeah, Liam, but it just shows how dangerous he is. He'll be disappointed with the first attempt for the attempted point. Just a sniff of a goal chance, and that's all Kevin Ryan needs. He's done it at a much higher level over the years. Newcastlewest can't afford him that kind of space.
Mike Quilligan's puck out long to Mike McMahon, didn't get it, and back there Colin Foley missed it. Thankfully for his point of view, Dylan Cronin couldn't pick it up first time, and Foley's done well to block that one down and knock it out of play for a 65. He's disgusted with himself that he let the ball go through over his head initially. Might have just lost it in the sunshine, but recovered well, in fairness, John.
He did, yeah. He just might have lost it, as you said, Liam. The sun is always very difficult down at that end, especially at this time of day in the afternoon, but made up for the mistake, got a crucial block in, and a chance now for the Piarsaigh to get their first point.
Chance to level things up here. James Daly has come out to take this one. No breeze at all of any significance here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds on what is a beautiful sunny Sunday afternoon for this Nick Green intermediate hurling final. And Nick Green, the groundsman here at the Gaelic Grounds, and credit to him, the pitch has been under a bit of wear and tear in recent weeks, but it looks superb as James Daly strikes that one in and sends it over the crossbar. We have a level game. It's taken 4 minutes and 11 seconds for the Piarsaigh to get off the scoreboard, but they're off the board from that 65. Newcastlewest go quick with the puck out towards Niall Enright down this near side where it's won by Brian Foley. Looks up for the option, half blocked down as he went to drop that one in. The block was Biker Road Senate and gone for a line ball for Newcastlewest.
Yeah, James Daly with that 65, Liam. I mentioned in our pre-match chat that very, very accurate free taker. Anything from around 80 yards he's well capable of putting over. So, you know, just another warning for Newcastlewest. They can't be letting them give away chances like that.
Mike McMahon's cut across the centre of the field is caught and brought away by Donald O'Connell. Plays it down this near side, but Niall Enright is there to win possession of it. Gets it as far as McMahon. McMahon striking this one. The radar looks to be in. It drops short and into the hands of Evan Condon. And Condon, the goalkeeper for the Piarsaigh, down towards that far side of the field where the Piarsaigh look to turn defence into attack as they swing the ball near side. Up goes Enright again, wins possession of it, gets the hand pass away towards his captain Sean Brown. Further up the centre of the field towards Mark Kelly, in possession of it, onto the attacking 65. Referee Mike Sexton almost gets in the way, and Mark Kelly rather nervously, you'd have to say, gets the pass away to nobody in particular, and the Piarsaigh through Kevin Daly pick up possession of it. Daly under pressure from two Newcastlewest men in there. Eventually the ball is just booted out in this near side of the field. There to win possession of it, Mike Mulcahy tight towards the sideline. Mulcahy plays this one up the centre of the field where it's gathered there, and it's in the hand now of Timmy Nix. Missed the semi-final because he was called into Army or Navy duty. The ball sent now down that far side of the field from Pat Gleeson, the captain, into the space. Dylan Cronin is out in front of his man. His man is Colin Foley. Foley pulls him to ground, says referee Mike Sexton. It's going to be a free going from the Piarsaigh and an opportunity for them to take the lead. 6 minutes gone in the opening half.
Yeah, very deliberate early from the Piarsaigh, delivering the ball into Dylan Cronin. It was a very, very dangerous forward. We've seen a couple of times already. Colin Foley's done well to make up for his mistake in the last attack. Forced a foul in there, but Dylan's the type of nippy corner forward. He'll flick it around. He'll test any corner back he comes up against, and another chance for James Daly.
Here comes the free then. Across on that far side of the field for James Daly. Sun shining beautifully here in the LIT Gaelic Grounds, and an opportunity for the Piarsaigh to go into the lead for the first time in the county intermediate hurling final. Crouches over this one, looks to the target, picks it and strikes it. The umpires have a good long look at it and say it's gone between the uprights. Short sleeve shirt for umpire on this near side this afternoon. And the Piarsaigh into the lead for the first time, 2 points to 1.
Yeah, just one thing Liam just picked up on the opening 7 minutes here. A lot of nervous players there. It's county final day. You know, just the odd hand pass not going to hand from both teams, that has to be said, and just maybe something to keep an eye on.
Mike McMahon tries to go in to try and win possession of this. Newcastlewest, of course, didn't perform in last year's final by their own admittance, as Mark Kelly strikes that one in. That's a good one to settle him. He was one of those ones that had a nervy hand pass a little earlier. He'll be happy with that. That'll settle the nerves. And as I say, Newcastlewest just feel they let themselves down in that last year's county final. They don't want to repeat of that, and maybe hence why they're that little bit more nervous.
Oh yeah, it's very understandable. And Mark was one of the players I was talking about. Just seems that'll have surely settle his confidence as they're on the attack again.
Stephen Nix tries to scoop that ball inside, but it rolls harmlessly to the left hand side and wide, and you might be able to see the heavily strapped leg of Stephen Nix. The idea was to start him. There was a debate as to whether he'd start or wouldn't start. The idea was to start him in that, get as long as you can out of him, as opposed to not starting him, bringing him on and using 2 subs if he has to come off. So he is hugely experienced though, but he is limping heavily as the puck out sent down this near side of the field. That's well gathered there. Referee has said Niall Enright file as he came away with it. He's done well. He's caught a lot of those dropping balls back there.
The ball seems like a bit of a magnet towards Niall at times in the opening 10 minutes here. Very, very good start up against Keith Dempsey, and you know, Piarsaigh might be looking elsewhere to deliver the ball, maybe away from Niall at the moment as Mike lines this one up.
Well, Mike McMahon was striking them from in or around the halfway line before the game with plenty of accuracy. He had one from open play a little closer earlier that dropped into the goalkeeper's hands, but he'll be hoping that this one he can get the trajectory and the distance correct as he stands over this one, looks to the target, picks it and strikes it. The strike seems to be good. It has the distance. What about the accuracy? It is tailed to the right hand side and wide. Second wide of the afternoon for Newcastlewest. And I suppose when you go long range like that, John, you tend to lose the little bit of accuracy.
Yeah, naturally you do, Liam. You're putting as much force as you possibly can. There has to be some give with that. On this occasion it didn't go to plan for Mike, but again, it's just further evidence for both sides to be on alert.
Oh, this might work out nicely for Newcastlewest. There's a bit of space here as going forward. Diarmuid Moran Kelly has a chance of a goal and he buries it. The mistake in the Piarsaigh defence. They had a spare man initially from the puck out. They lost possession of it, and Diarmuid Moran Kelly gets the first goal of the game.
Brilliant finish from Diarmuid Moran Kelly. Excellent work. Owen Hurley saw the pass coming. It was telegraphed, for want of a better word, by the Piarsaigh defence. A brilliant flick and hand pass in the one movement, and Diarmuid Moran Kelly, brilliant finish.
Well, if there was any nerves early, they're surely gone now after that goal, and this game could very well open up as Timmy Nix wins possession of this one from the puck out. And the Piarsaigh in there trying to win possession of it. The breaking ball is going the way of Owen Hurley, who scoops it up and then out in the far side of the field towards Stephen Nix, whose knee just didn't allow him run all that quick for it, as Dee McLaughlin wins this one from the Piarsaigh, strikes it in. It's going to the right hand side and wide. Third wide from an Piarsaigh point of view. They'd have looked for a good response to that goal, and it's ended up in the third wide.
It has another wide from the Piarsaigh. Probably would have really needed that score just as a confidence boost after a concession. It has to be said, a mistake that was expertly capitalised on by Newcastlewest.
They go short with the puck out, and Mike Quilligan eventually decides to launch it long after a little bit of scaremongering inside there, and it's the goal scorer Diarmuid Moran Kelly again going forward onto the 13, striking this one in and sending it over the crossbar. You can't afford to give him any bit of space at all. That's a goal and a point inside the couple of minutes for him. 10, almost 11 minutes played of the opening half, and it's 1-3 to Newcastlewest, 2 points to the Piarsaigh.
That's just superb from Diarmuid Moran Kelly. You know, he got the ball but showed serious pace to get away from his man Padraig Heaney, who we mentioned is a very tight marker before the game, and Diarmuid Moran Kelly is all over him there, and a lovely flick. And Liam, maybe if he had half missed it might have ended up the top corner, because Evan Condon was very far off his line.
Just a slight injury concern down there, as I see Stephen Nix just receiving a bit of treatment down here in front of us as well from Margaret DeLee, the medic on the Newcastlewest side. But the puck out goes down that far side of the field now. Sean Brown, the captain, runs over to win possession of it. What a servant he's been to the club from underage level the whole way through, as this ball is played forward to Owen Hurley. In it goes, well won again by Diarmuid Moran Kelly. Looks to take on the Piarsaigh defence again, but on this occasion Emmett McAvoy got the better of him, took it off the stick and now lays it to Pat Gleeson. Gleeson from the 65 sweeps this one forward, brilliantly won inside there by Kevin Daly. Bit of space opens up in front. What a block back there from Mike Mulcahy, who got the Hurley in just in the nick of time, and Mark Kelly picks up possession of it. His clearance mightn't have been been the best, but it'll still work out because Mike McMahon finds himself back in the half back line. McMahon striking this one. It's going to drop short. It's in there. Here's an opportunity. Brilliant block again. The Piarsaigh full back line living a bit dangerously inside there. It was Brian Nix that had the opportunity. It was well blocked down, and the Piarsaigh breathe a heavy sigh of relief as they clear this one down this near side of the field towards Kevin Ryan. Looks up for the option, does Kevin Ryan. It goes on the far side. Injury to a Newcastlewest player down here off the ball. Timmy Nix has gone down. We'll follow the sliotar as James Daly is half blocked down. Gets it inside. Kevin Ryan has it. Back again towards Daly. Just couldn't have enough on it though. And it's eventually picked up by Keith Dempsey. Dempsey through onto the 13, takes the shot, does Dempsey, and gets a score from the Piarsaigh. A needed point for Keith Dempsey and for the Piarsaigh. It's the first one in a while, and it's back to a goal, 1-3 to 3 points.
Huge swing there, Liam. We saw Brian Nix with a goal chance for Newcastlewest. Some excellent defending from Conor Richardson to get a block on. Patient build up then from the Piarsaigh in attack, and Keith Dempsey finishing it. Goal between them again.
Puck out, sent down this near side. Brilliant take in the air from who else but Mike McMahon. Inside towards Nix again, who gathers it this time. Brian Nix looking to turn his man, gets the effort in and puts it over the crossbar. And Brian Nix, well, he's learned so much from being with the Limerick minor squads over the last couple of seasons, and on that occasion out in front of his man and bang over the crossbar. Beautiful score.
Brilliant score from Brian Nix, and we mentioned it before the game, Liam. They're going with a two-man full forward arm with Mike out the field. Newcastlewest, Brian Nix, Dermot Moore and Kelly causing all sorts of problems.
They sure are, and they have a man free down that far side of the field again. That was Owen Hurley, who's under a bit of pressure trying to win possession of it on his hands and knees. There's two Piarsaigh men around him, and it eventually comes to the captain, Pat Gleeson, who swings it across near side of the field. That's well won down there by Kevin Ryan. Ryan looks up for the option, but that one has gone to the left hand side and wide. Fourth wide of the game from a Piarsaigh point of view. And that is the third, I think, from the full forward Kevin Ryan. Yeah,
he'd be very, very disappointed with his input so far, Liam. He is the go-to man in this Piarsaigh forward line. It's 3 shots and 3 fairly disappointing wides from Kevin as well, so he'll be looking to up his performance massively in the rest of the half.
Puck out, sent down this near side. Stephen Nix put up the hand. The referee though had said that Evan O'Brien was leaning in over him, holding him down, and this is going to be a free. The free is for Newcastlewest, about 63 yards out from goal. And well, Mike McMahon, after hitting the long distance one a couple of moments ago, has decided to leave this one to Dermot Moore and Kelly, whose confidence is undoubtedly high. A goal and a point from play in the county final so far, and he'll be looking to extend his tally and Newcastlewest's lead at the moment as he picks this one and strikes it. It's a 5-point lead for the men from West Limerick as Dermot Moore and Kelly gets a goal and 2 points in the intermediate final. A goal and a point from play and a free as well now on top of that. 1-2 for Dermot Moore and Kelly.
Yeah, his confidence has to be sky high, and Liam, Newcastlewest should take advantage of it. We've seen he has the run on his marker so far.
Kevin Ryan goes forward with this one, looking to get the radar in tune this time, which he has done. That's a super score on the run, and we mentioned that he hit 3 wides inside the opening 15 and a half minutes as we hit the water break. That's the first score from Kevin Ryan after 3 wides, and it's a needed one from the Piarsaigh. Double scores at the water break. Newcastlewest 1-5, the Piarsaigh 4 points. Newcastlewest full value for their 4-point lead.
100%, Liam. They've been excellent so far in the opening quarter of the game. You know, very, very good delivery into their 2-man full forward line. Both Brian Nix and Dermot Moore and Kelly very quick in their feet. They're out in front. They're creating havoc, and the Piarsaigh really, really need to look maybe dropping a sweeper back there to protect the 2 men in the full back line. From the other point of view, Newcastlewest defending very well as well. Kevin Ryan badly needed that score, you feel, for his own confidence and his team's confidence. But Newcastlewest really, really impressive in the opening 15 minutes.
Both sides a little nervy at the start, understandable, but the nerve seems to have disappeared now.
Oh, it has, yeah. You know, look, it's a county final, and no matter who you are, what you've done in your hurling or football life, there should be a bit of nerves in any game, but a county final day, it's just exacerbated more. You know, but the game has settled in. Fine contest, some excellent scores as well, it has to be said. Kevin Ryan's point there, but some of the scores, Mike McMahon with the first point of the game from far out on the far wing. You know, really, really good game. The quality has improved as it's gone on as well.
Referee Mike Sexton just having a drop of water as well. Not surprised he is. And what is a beautiful sunny afternoon here. More like a July afternoon than a September afternoon. But he's doing all right as well, in fairness to Mike Sexton. Can't give out about him too much.
No. No, and we don't want to be doing that anyway, Liam. We've no reason to either. No, Mike's going to let things go as much as he can. If he needs to blow the whistle, he'll blow it, but he's as relaxed a referee as you come. Calms everything down when he does have to as well. And you know, we haven't even noticed him, and that's all you want from a referee.
So the first water break of the game is coming to an end. Newcastlewest find themselves 4 points to the good here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds in this Nick Green Intermediate Hurling Championship final. This game on Limerick GATV with thanks to the Kirby Group, and mention of the Kirby Group, of course, the man behind that, a proud Newcastlewest man, one of the men behind that, Derry McMahon. No doubt he's down in the stand beneath us watching, enjoying what he's seen so far, and hoping that well, it'll be a successful outing for Newcastlewest this afternoon. So far so good from that point of view, but still a long way to go in this county final, just quite yet. 4 points between them. Everybody just taking their time in the sunshine.
That's it. Why not, Liam? Why not? Wouldn't be surprised to see the ice creams coming out any minute now. Just one thing as well, Newcastlewest have done very well in the opening quarter. They've bunched the midfield a lot, so any loose ball there, they've men there every time, so it's something that Piarsaigh really have to pull them up on in the second half of this half.
It wouldn't be the first time the ice cream van was in the LIT Gaelic Grounds. It drove on the pitch, of course, the year Limerick won the All-Ireland, the weeks building up to it. Little secret that Shane Dowling left out in the last couple of months since retirement, as the ball down the far side of the field, Keith Dempsey was going forward with that one, but the referee has said there was a free inside there. It's going to be a free for Newcastlewest. Dempsey not too happy with that.
No, they're not. No, there was a bit of incredulation from their manager Emmett Betson and Shane Dowling down in front of us, but kind of turned into the challenge more than anything. A fairly soft one from the Piarsaigh point of view, but another chance for Dermot Moore and Kelly to extend Newcastlewest lead.
1-5-4 at the moment. A 4-point lead. This would extend it out to 5 points. And Dermot Moore and Kelly with a goal and 2 points so far in this game. A free and a goal and a point from open play, and an opportunity here now to strike this one into the Caherdavin end goal. He just didn't really connect with that at all, and it's gone to the right hand side and wide. Disappointing wide. Third wide of the game for the Newcastlewest men. The Piarsaigh 4 wides on the wides count to them, and on the scoreboard it's a 4-point lead to Newcastlewest as the puck out is sent down this near side of the field. Niall in right's direction again. Sean Brown goes down. Referee has said that it's going to be a free in favour of Piarsaigh. No, I think he's changed his mind. I was beginning to wonder, because Sean Brown went to pick up the ball, ended up over it and was pushed without a shadow of a doubt, and Mike Sexton correctly awards the free to Newcastlewest.
Yeah, I was just looking a bit strangely at Mike when he awarded that and pointed down towards the city end. Clearly a free for Newcastlewest, and thankfully he pointed the right way eventually. Chance for Mike McMahon now from well inside his own 65.
Had one from a pretty similar distance, maybe at a tighter angle. This one pretty much in line in front of the uprights, but as we say, a long way back. As Mike McMahon picks this one, this looks to be again tailing to the right. It is. That's 2 wides in a row now for Newcastlewest from frees. That one probably a little more difficult than the one before it, but the wides tally beginning to mount. We're level on the wides count of 4 wides apiece.
Yeah, just that little bit of worrying one. Dermot Moore and Kelly maybe just outside his radar for the first one, and Mike, you know, he'd probably be better off wanting him around the edge of the square and dropping it in for something like that.
Seamus Hurley gave it away to Donald O'Connell, who sends this one in. The umpire looks at it and says it's gone between the uprights. Not a score from the Piarsaigh, and after the couple of bad wides that Newcastlewest hit there, that could be one to boost in the Piarsaigh team.
Yeah, last 2 scores now from the Piarsaigh. Bit of pressure on, and Keith Dempsey winning that puck out as well.
Puck out down this near side, but it's tidied up back there by Colin Foley, who in turn finds Sean Brown. Forward it goes now, where it's gathered there again by Newcastlewest, and this ball played inside on this occasion. Brian Nix out in front of his man again, wins possession of it, ends up on the ground, has to get back to his feet from a very difficult angle, sends it in, but it goes to the right hand side and wide. 5th wide of the game for Newcastlewest. 3 Nix brothers involved, of course, Stephen, Timmy and Brian, all playing today, as the ball won down beneath us by Keith Dempsey. Lays this one across the centre, and Pat Gleeson comes forward with this one. Gleeson strikes this one in, dropping dangerously in and around the square, but touched in the Piarsaigh man and goes to the right hand side and wide. So we're once again level on the wides count of 5 apiece.
Good work from Pat Gleeson to fashion a shooting chance initially, Liam, but maybe under a bit of pressure didn't get a connection he needed. But a ball like that dropping around the edge of the square with Kevin Ryan and James Daly, neither of them able to catch it cleanly.
That Dermot Moore and Kelly goal. Still the difference between these two sides now. 1-5 to 5 points. Pat Gleeson goes to ground. Sean Brown was in there as well. Referee says there was no free forthcoming. In fact, it was Timmy Nix that was there foraging for it. In there now as well goes Brian Foley. He thought he had it. Mike McMahon in there too. McMahon comes away with it. Gets the hand pass away towards Stephen Nix. 2 Napiarsaigh. 3 Napiarsaigh defenders in front of him. Well, Shane Dowling is absolutely disgusted with Mike Sexton beneath us. He thinks that there was a few too many steps taken by Stephen Nix. He thought it was great defence by Napiarsaigh, and I must say, I kind of agree with Shane Dowling there. I thought it was good defence. They held their ground.
Yeah, I didn't see any free there myself either, Liam. And Napiarsaigh certainly on this occasion have every reason to be unhappy with that decision. And a chance for Dermot Moore and Kelly for Newcastlewest to extend their lead to 4.
Newcastlewest will take it though if this results in a point for Dermot Moore and Kelly as he strikes that one in and sends it over the crossbar. So 4 points between them again. That's a goal and 3 now for Dermot Moore and Kelly. 1-6 to 5 points as Napiarsaigh go short again with the puck out, and Padraig Heaney in possession of it has oceans of time to launch this ball forward, which he does down towards the opposite 21-yard line. It might break favourably inside there. Out comes Morris Murphy. He's beaten to it, and it's James Daly. Oh, brilliant. It was half a block, I think, inside there, was it, by Mark Kelly, who got back there to make the block. It looked as though it could have been a levelling score or one to bring within a point or to force a save from Mike Quilligan, but it was a good block back there out for a 65.
Brilliant work from Mark Kelly to have the pace to get back there. It was Kevin Ryan showed great pace initially just to get it flicking it across to James Daly. Be very disappointed with his first touch, kind of popped up into the air, gave Mark Kelly the chance to get back and get a vital flick away, because that could have been a certain goal, you'd have to imagine, Liam.
Here comes the free then, and an opportunity here for James Daly. A 65 and a free to his name so far, looking to get his 3rd point of the afternoon and bring the gap back to just that goal, which he does right between the uprights. It's 2 65s now and a free for James Daly. His tally is 3 points. Napiarsaigh is 6. It's Newcastlewest 1-6. Napiarsaigh 6 points, and play to resume with the puck out from Mike Quilligan, and the goal away to our right hand side again. Sends it long down this near side. Mike McMahon puts up the hand. Looked almost effortless for Mike McMahon to win possession of that, but he's coughed up possession of it now, and it's won by Pat Gleeson, and the referee has said the shoulder on Pat Gleeson was unfair. It's going to be a free going in favour of Napiarsaigh. Mike McMahon reckons his hand was being held. Free for Napiarsaigh though inside their own 65, who are beginning to come a bit more into it again.
Yeah, they wouldn't have been happy with the way the first 20 minutes have gone, Liam, but last 5 or so minutes have really settled into it, playing a bit better hurling, crowding the Newcastle forwards a bit more, and evidence of that was that one on Mike. 2 fellas kind of nearly let him catch it, then crowded him straight away, which is the only way to counteract Mike's size and ability in the air.
James Daly with this free from inside his own 65. That's a wonderful free for James Daly, and we find ourselves back to within 2 points again. 1-6 to Newcastlewest, 7 points to Napiarsaigh, and the gap is back to 2 points, John.
Yeah, you see that from James Daly. He'll do that all day, Liam. I said it there early on in the game. Can't give him chances like that. He scored every opportunity he's had. Where Newcastlewest have missed a couple of ones they'll be disappointed with, but Napiarsaigh haven't possession yet again.
They have indeed, back in their own half back line. That's a good hook by Brian Nix on Emmett McAvoy, but the ball still breaks towards Evan O'Brien. Launches this one towards the far side, where it's gathered by Kevin Ryan, tight towards that sideline. On he goes, dragged to ground. Referee has awarded a free, and this is an opportunity here for Napiarsaigh to go within 1 of Newcastlewest, and they really have hit a bit of a purple patch here of Napiarsaigh.
Yeah, they really are. Really come to terms with the conditions and what Newcastlewest have offered thus far. Another chance for James Daly to get his 5th point of the game, but it's much better from Napiarsaigh, and Newcastlewest maybe dropping the pace a little.
Certainly have switched off in the last couple of minutes. As this opportunity now across on that far side from James Daly, picks this one and strikes it in. The umpires have a look at it, and it's gone between the uprights, so that is another one for James Daly and another one for Napiarsaigh, and all of a sudden we're back to a 1 point game, and that goal from Dermot Moran Kelly seems to be a long time ago now, as the puck out comes down this near side of the field, and again the Piarsaigh win possession of it, and that is Dean McLaughlin. Long ball sent forward, everything breaking the way of the men from the city now at the minute. Colin Foley's touch isn't great, and Kevin Ryan picks it up from the Piarsaigh. Across the centre he goes, the block is in there, and again between two players, between Seamus Hurley and Maurice Murphy, still spills to the Piarsaigh. Opportunity for the levelling score, but thankfully from a Newcastlewest point of view it's gone to the right and wide for a 6th wide from the Piarsaigh. They'll be disappointed with that, but Newcastlewest very sloppy back there, John.
Was sloppy on this occasion, and again it was Colm Foley involved, but Colm again getting back to get a hook in on James Daly. That did prevent a point. In fact, it wasn't, it was Maurice Murphy back there who got the hook in, but seems to have hurt himself as well, Liam, maybe carrying a shoulder, knocking Newcastle on the run again.
Stephen Nix trying to control it down that far side, but again can't get the ball into the hand. Brian Foley over there as well, eventually away as far as Dean McLaughlin. McLaughlin decides for safety first option, puts it out over that far sideline. Newcastlewest could do with a score. It's been a while, I'd say, since they got one. John is the man with the notes here this afternoon. It's been quite a few minutes, I'd say, since Newcastlewest, 15 he's telling me, since they got a last score. As the ball now around the centre of the field, the referee has said that's a foul there on Dermot Moran Kelly right on the halfway line. It's going to be a free and an opportunity for Newcastlewest to get that score. Yeah,
chance again from the free taker. I apologise, Liam, it's the 23rd minute when Dermot Moran Kelly got their last score from a free. But you know, the Piarsaigh have dominated the last 10 minutes or so. They've really just stepped up their intensity more than anything else when challenging Newcastlewest, certainly in the tackle area. You know, and it's just a bit much better from their point of view. From Newcastle's point of view, just need a bit of an ignition, something to happen for them, because there's nothing coming from anywhere at the moment, and just need someone to pick up the pieces somewhere.
Mike McMahon has come back as Dermot Moran Kelly receives the treatment. So whether he'll be able to take the free or not, we'll just have to wait and see. Mike McMahon is back there as well in order to see who's going to take it. They'll have a bit of a conflab, and between the two of them they'll decide whether or not one or the other is going to take it.
Yeah, it looks like Dermot's okay to take it. It's an important free for Dermot Moran Kelly as well here, Liam. He's missed one from a similar area. The ones he scored have been inside the 65. Kind of caught between him and Mike McMahon from this far out anyway. So a big free in the context of this game coming up to half time.
Certainly is. Newcastlewest could do with this one. Test the breeze, none at all now, as the flags away to our right hand side over the scoreboard, lying limp at this moment. So the breeze has died a death. The sun beating down on top of us here as Dermot Moran Kelly has struck that one in, but it's gone to the left hand side and wide, and that kind of sums up Newcastlewest in the last 5 or 6 minutes.
Even longer, Liam. They've 1 point since the water break. You know, it's really need to up it. It just hasn't gone for them since then. We're going to have 4 minutes at a time in the first half, says Patsy Coffey down in front of us.
4 additional minutes to be added on as Niall Enright, who was sweeping up ball after ball inside the opening few minutes, gives that one away cheaply, and Keith Dempsey strikes this one in, but it's gone to the right hand side and wide just about. And again, Newcastlewest breathes there, as that is their 7th wide from the Piarsaigh. It was very close though, John.
Yeah, he's protesting to the linesman here as Keith Dempsey, or Angelim, I suppose we were perfectly behind it. It was to the right and wide. There wasn't too many protestations. Mike Sexton gives another free in.
Yeah, there was certainly a push down there.
A needless push as well.
Yeah, because the ball was actually dropping behind Dermot Moran Kelly, but a needless push in the back there, and this an opportunity now for Newcastlewest to get a much needed score.
Interesting to see Dermot going straight over to take it as well, Liam. Confidence hasn't been knocked yet anyway.
Here it comes as he strikes this one in. That looks to be good. It is, and it's over the crossbar. It's a needed one. It's a 2-point lead for the men from the West as we hit the first of 4 additional minutes of stoppage time. And Newcastlewest extend their lead back out to 2 points, 1-7 to 8 points. But the one good thing from a Newcastlewest point of view is, as poor as they played in the last 10 or so minutes, they still find themselves ahead. Maybe for how long, as Keith Dempsey is going through. Dempsey has an opportunity. Brilliant block down. Superb from Maurice Murphy. You'd expect nothing else from that same man, as the ball with Seamus Hurley is cleared down the far side. And there are moments in games that ignite teams. Is that to be the one for Newcastlewest, as Owen Hurley forward towards Brian Nix tries to win possession possession of it, crossing that far side. In possession of it now is Nix, tight to the sideline, gets the hand pass away, screaming for it in this near side is Brian Foley. If they can spot him, they go for the score themselves, and it's gone to the right hand side and wide. Wrong option there from Diarmuid Moore and Kelly. Easy to say that now, but how quickly the game can change one end of the field to the other.
Brilliant from Morris Murphy back there. It was a stunning catch from Keith Dempsey initially from the puck out, Liam. Made his way in, maybe had other options inside him. It was the only thing that he could have got away with. Murphy put everything on the line on an exceptional block.
It wouldn't be the first time Morris has done that down through the years for Newcastlewest, as Colin Foley hooked and blocked as he tried to clear that one, as Kevin Daly picks this one up and goes forward. The effort comes in here from the Piarsaigh, and that is between the uprights. It's a score from Kevin Daly. His point for him, and we're back to a 1 point game again. 1-7 to 9 points, 2.5 minutes of the 4 minutes of stoppage time played.
Yeah, brilliant score there from Kevin Daly. You know, under severe pressure by 2 or 3 Newcastlewest defenders, managed to free himself up with a bit of space, and a fine finish as well.
Stephen Nix won possession of the puck out. His hand pass was intercepted and the ball cleared by Keith Dempsey. Long down the field it goes, and again Newcastlewest through Colin Foley win possession of this. Hand pass under a bit of pressure there is one way to describe it. Sean Brown juggles with the sliotar, manages to get it away as far as Niall Enright, who in turn plays it up this near side. Might beat everybody and come very tight to the sideline. Gone out over the sideline. Brian Nix got a touch to it, and it's gone out of play for a line ball in favour of the Piarsaigh. Away to our left hand side here, and an opportunity for them to start an attack from deep inside their own half. See Shane Dowling there standing beside midfielder Dean McLaughlin as he looks to take this line ball. A point between them. Newcastlewest lead by that point. Niall Enright. Somebody's lost a boot down there. The answer to that is Kevin Daly. He's playing with just one boot. The other one with the red heel is on the ground away from him, but he's still come away with the slither. And Keith Dempsey off now as far as Kevin Ryan. Ryan on towards the 21 at an angle, strikes this one in. The umpires look at it but say it's gone to the right hand side and wide. 8th wide of the game from the Piarsaigh.
Yeah, 4th one for Kevin Ryan as well. Angle was very tough, Liam. You know, difficult one on his weaker right side, as Mike Sexton blows for half-time.
Half-time whistle is blown, 1-7 to 9 points. Newcastlewest find themselves a point to the good. And John, thoughts on the first half?
Very even game, very good game for large parts of the Newcastlewest. Intensity dropped after the first water break. You know, the Piarsaigh did well to come back into it because Newcastlewest had dominated pretty much up to the water break. Thought the goal would have more of an impact than it did for Newcastlewest, and the Piarsaigh responded well. But all in all, a good first half. 7 wides each, or 8 wides to the Piarsaigh, 7 to Newcastlewest. You know, that's the one thing I think both managements will be harping on at half time. All in all, a good first half, and as we expected, a very tight contest.
Well, half time here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds in the Nick Green Intermediate Hurling Final of 2020. Newcastlewest find themselves 1 to the good at half time. It's Newcastlewest 1-7. The Piarsaigh 9 points. We'll be back with analysis in just a couple of moments.
Well, the centre here was opened originally back in 1999, and hence we called it the Millennium Centre. And it's a multi-purpose community centre and sports hall. And as you can see here today, we have a senior citizens group. We have people here, they play bingo and they play cards for Wednesday. And then we have a lot of other stuff going on here as well. But in 2013, we started an extension here, and we got grants towards it, but we also had to put up our own money. So when the building was refurbished and the extension done out front in 2014, we still had a loan of 120,000 on the place, which we were paying back over a 5-year period. So when we won the draw, we paid off 10,000 off the loan. So that helped in a big way. It cut down, number one, our monthly outlay, and it also cut back the interest we were paying on the loan. That was money then we could use for other things in the centre, because obviously it's one thing having the place, but it does cost money to run it between light, heat and everything else goes on here. It costs quite a bit of money every year to run it. Well, the original idea was that we wanted to support the local club because we knew they were getting a share out of the draw. So we did that and we were delighted when we won it. It was a big bonus to us. Well, you're helping the club, number one, but also there's always a possibility down there that you'll win money yourself. And I mean, this parish and the club here in Caherline have been very lucky over the years. I think we've had at least 3 winners of the 10,000 over the last few years here. So like that's a big plus for any area. And as well as that, you're helping the local club.
Now you're welcome back to the LIT Gaelic Grounds, where we're at half-time and both sides taking on board the water. They're glad of the break here. Point between them, 7 to 9 points. Newcastlewest lead by that point. John, we were just talking to everybody off air. Everybody finding it very hard to call what way this is going to go.
Yeah, it's very, very difficult one to see who's going to come out and top play him. We're just saying off air as well, myself and you, like that Newcastlewest have plenty of options. Every time the ball has been delivered into the full forward line, the two-man full forward line of Diarmuid Moore and Kelly and Brian Nix, there looks to be a lot of danger from their point of view, and Na Piarsaigh look under severe pressure. The other side of the fence then for Na Piarsaigh going forward, very reliant on James Daly's frees. They haven't got much from play. He's been very, very consistent from frees and 65s as well, so Newcastlewest cut out the frees maybe and might have a bit more success.
Mentioned to you as well during the commentary that Newcastlewest switched off for 5-10 minutes, and in that period they still find themselves ahead at half time. I'm sure that's probably one of the positives that the management will take going in there at half time.
They'll be delighted with that, because on another day they could have been a few points down after they just stopped performing. It was very simple, very strange to watch from a team that had been so dominant in the opening quarter to after the water break. And we've mentioned the rights and wrongs of their water break over time throughout this season, but teams do come out different after it. The proof is in the pudding with it. We've seen it several times. That is a bit of a worry though for the Newcastlewest management team, that they did drop their level so much. From the Piarsaig's point of view, up to that point they hadn't performed at all. So, you know, it's just going back to what you said there a few minutes ago. It's really, really tight.
It is, and one that's very difficult to call. And I suppose we always talk about the first goal in a game of hurling being a decisive one, and what a goal it was for Newcastlewest.
Brilliant from Diarmuid Moore and Kelly. He got the ball, he had a lot of time to think about what he was doing. He had 30 yards of space to run into, and it was just devastating. Low finish, impossible for Evan Condon to get anywhere close with it. Devastating, skill from Owen Hurley to, number one, intercept the attempted hand pass. New Piarsaigh were trying to work the ball out of the fence. It was a brilliant flick to win it, and then the same move when the hand pass flick to free Diarmuid Moore and Kelly, and as I said, the finish, sensational.
Other side of that then, Brian Nix had a goal chance as well, that was well blocked, but Na Piarsaigh have had a couple of goal chances as well, including the one where Maurice Murphy just threw himself literally at the ball. Yeah,
it was just brave from Maurice Murphy, as you mentioned. How many times we've seen them do that over the years, but Keith Dempsey made a great catch and ran in unopposed as far as Maurice Murphy. That's the worrying thing from Newcastlewest point of view. Okay, that time it didn't end up in a goal for Na Piarsaigh. The next time you can be sure it will.
Well, we're just looking at the two teams out there. Newcastlewest away to our right hand side in their huddle down there, and Na Piarsaigh away to our left hand side, still having a good long chat with each other. They're no real hurry to restart the second half. No sign of referee Mike Sexton, and just as I say it, I see him as I peer out over the gantry, just returning to his position. See Jamesy Kelly down there from a Newcastlewest point of view as well. No doubt disappointed by Newcastlewest Camogie side defeat to Killeedy a little earlier. Their manager now on the subs bench for Newcastlewest down there, so he hightailed it from Mick Neville Park, or from the Bog Garden I should say, into the LIT Gaelic grounds, and the subs bench could prove to be crucial come the end of this game. It's a warm, sunny afternoon. We see Stephen Nix is out there struggling from a Newcastle point of view, and from a Na Piarsaigh point of view, their subs bench is going to have a tale to tell in this as well.
Yeah, plenty of talent on both subs benches too, Liam, it has to be said. Look, it's a very, very warm day. It's a big open field here at the LIT Gaelic grounds. It's a very sapping field, it always has been. You get tired fairly quickly running around. I always did anyway. That maybe says more about me, But going back to your point about subs benches, look, all it takes is one player to make an impact. Could be extremely decisive.
Usual story here, and I'm going to throw out an old cliche here. The first 10 minutes in the second half is huge, and it really is, with the game so tight.
Yeah, it is. Of course it is, Liam. Look, if either side can get a goal in that space of time, we saw it here during the week in the Premier Minor Hurling Final. Level at half time, Ballybrown get 2 quick fire goals, game over. And Mungra couldn't come back in it. Something like that happens here, you're going to expect a similar result.
It's the same in Premier Intermediate Final as well. One team just had a brief spell of dominance, and the next thing, the game is gone from the opposition. So start of the second half is going to be absolutely huge. Of that there's no doubt.
No question whatsoever. Look, it is, we're harping on about the conditions here. It is extremely warm, and that of course could be just decisive as anything else as the teams come back out into their positions.
So the two teams head out to their respective positions. Newcastlewest first to break from the huddle, and just having a look down beneath us, just looking around to see whether or not Stephen Nix is probably the only one that I'd say mightn't return for the second half from a Newcastlewest point of view. I'm just looking around to see if he is there or isn't there. Can't see him at this moment in time. He's across on the far side, so it doesn't appear that there's a change in the Newcastlewest team anyway for certain, and doesn't look as though there's one in the Piarsaigh either. So it's as you were, John.
Yeah, it seems to be, Liam, but management's happy to give everyone another chance. Heading into the second half, but I'm sure that the benches will be used, and it'll be used fairly quickly.
Point between them. Newcastlewest lead by that point as referee Mike Sexton gets the second half underway, and it's Emmett McAvoy who picks up possession of it straight away from the Piarsaigh. Start is going to be key here as the Piarsaigh have possession of it, tight towards this near side. Kevin Ryan from the sideline. The minute he left his stick, you could hear the groan out of him from up here as Morris Murphy picks up possession of that, scoops it away towards this near side, and Mike Mulcahy. Mike Mull under pressure can only just half shank it out over this near stand sideline, and gone for a line ball from the Piarsaigh, and you can see their intent is clear in the opening few minutes of the second half.
Yeah, great hook from James Daly. In fairness to Mike, he did well to get the ball up in the first place. Daly stuck to his task, got the hook in. A chance now for Kevin Ryan to put this one over. Very mixed game for Kevin Ryan. Showed one absolutely brilliant score, set up a couple of scores as well. But he's well capable of putting this one over the bar from the sideline, Liam.
Colin Foley is down receiving treatment for Newcastlewest, just on the edge of the small square from the last play that was inside there. But thankfully he's back to his feet from a Newcastlewest point of view. Seems to be hand injury, I think, but he's okay. Play going to resume with this line ball on this near side of the field from Kevin Ryan, looking at the target away to our left hand side, looking to move people out of his way as Kevin Ryan going to take this line ball. Linesman just wants everybody to move back a couple of steps as Kevin Ryan flights this one, drops dangerously in or around the edge of the square. The touch is just about enough from the danger area away for Newcastlewest. In there to try and win it now goes Colin Foley. It's picked up though by Na Piarsaigh, and going through was Dylan Cronin, I think it was, that was fouled. Referee Mike Sexton says it's a free, and it's an opportunity straight away for Na Piarsaigh to draw level.
Yeah, good work from Dylan Cronin. Was heading towards the ball initially, and Colin Foley got out there in front of him, just got a flick to it, but stuck to his task well to win the free, and chance for James Daly to land his 6th point of the game.
Here it comes then for Daly to level things up 2 minutes into the second half here, and to get Na Piarsaig's first score of the second half. Lines up the free and strikes it in and sends it over the crossbar. So we are level again. 1-7 to 10 points. Just the start that Na Piarsaigh would have wanted to this second half.
Yeah, great start for Na Piarsaigh. It was Daly, of course, got that block on Mike Mulcahy's clearance, or the hook, I should say, and level for the third time, Liam.
Pat Gleeson wins possession of that, gets the hand pass away. In now instead goes Seamus Hurley, winning possession of this, pops it off towards Stephen Nix. Plays this ball forward now in towards the younger brother Brian, who's out in front of his man, gathers it on the edge of the semicircle. Beautiful score. Beautiful score from Brian Nix, out in front of his man. Turned on a sixpence and then banging over the crossbar.
Brilliant score from Brian Nix. Great ball, low ball in, importantly, by the brother Stephen. Got out there in front of his man, looked to go right, pulled back onto his left, put it over the bar. Great stuff.
Evan Condon's puck out down the far side. Sean Brown and his man Kevin Daly involved in a right old grappling match. Gets the ball away to Keith Dempsey. Dempsey low across the centre. Could have gone himself. Mike Quilligan just pulls in it first time. Kevin Daly has it again. Daly brilliantly blocked down. Big goal chance there for Na Piarsaigh. What can they get out of it? Kevin Ryan is in there, pulls on it, and it just goes across the face of the goal and right and wide.
Inches wide, Liam. But you breathe a sigh of relief. The whole of Newcastlewest breathes a sigh of relief from their point of view. They would not have wanted anyone else to fall for that, or anyone but Kevin Ryan to get that chance. Luckily for them, inches wide. Loads of goal chances for Na Piarsaigh throughout this game, yet to pull one in the back of the net.
Evan O'Brien to James Daly. Daly down that far side, looking to take on his man Colin Foley. Still going, gets the shot in, but it goes to the right and wide, says the umpire, who almost got struck by the sliotar as it went to the right hand side and wide. 2 quick wides, but Na Piarsaigh give up the ante.
They have, Liam, but they'll be very, very disappointed with their goal chances. They haven't completed yet. That's 4 or 5 goal chances now. Okay, some of them have chances, but they don't want to be looking at that towards the end of the game as the reason they're not intermediate champions.
That brings them to 10 wides as well, John. Newcastlewest have hit 7 in the opening half and yet to see any sniff of an attack in this second half as they puck out. Mike McMahon can't win possession of it, and again Na Piarsaigh pick up possession of it. Pat Gleeson, the captain, pops the ball towards this near side, gathered there by Kevin Ryan. Ryan from this near stand sideline strikes it in, but it goes left and wide. That is their third wide of the second half. They've had all the possession, 4 scoring chances, they've taken just 1.
Yeah, it's just not good enough from Na Piarsaig's point of view, Liam. It's very plain and simple. Kevin Ryan, I think that's 6 wides. I don't want to be harping on about one individual player, but he's so important to this team, and he's really going to have to start getting his shooting right.
Mike Quilligan's puck out down the centre of the field, won by Mark Kelly, plays this one inside. Here's an opportunity now as this one is struck in and struck over the crossbar by Brian Foley. Beautiful point, and again it's direct and it's forward, and it's Brian Foley operating inside there now, who puts that over the crossbar. Himself and Brian Nix, neither of them will win any awards for being the heights of anybody too tall, but it's effective so far.
Yeah, it's very simple from Newcastlewest, Liam. Na Piarsaigh had all the ball in the opening 5.5 minutes of the second half, but Newcastlewest look more dangerous. One man inside, low ball in, man gets out in front, has plenty of room to get the space to put it over the bar.
Well, I mentioned at half time that James E. Kelly has hot-footed it in from the bog garden after his disappointment, no doubt, of Newcastlewest Camogie defeat earlier. He's about to come on the field. He made a huge impact in a number of games that he's come on through the season. As the line ball drops inside, Mike McMahon can't watch it. It falls away from him. Instead, it's won by Diarmuid Moore and Kelly, striking this one in. Goalkeeper watches it, brings it down and comes away with this one now and plays it towards Padraig Heaney, knee side of the field. Heaney goes along with the clearance. Might break in favour of Na Piarsaigh. In there to try and win it was Kevin Daly. There was a chop down by Seamus Hurley. He knew the second he did it that it was going to be a free going in favour of Na Piarsaigh.
Yeah, free for Na Piarsaigh there. Blatant chop down on James Daly there, Kevin Daly I should say, and a chance for James Daly to come out now and add to his impressive haul of what's he got so far, 6 points. It's just Na Piarsaigh aren't able to score from play majority of the times, Liam. They've missed so many chances throughout this game and overly reliant on James Daly's frees.
Patsy Coffey down beneath us has been handed the slip. James E. Kelly is going to come on as soon as this free is taken, and it's going to be an opportunity here for Na Piarsaigh as they strike this one through James Daly, but he sent it to the right and wide. That is their 4th wide of the start of the second half. They'll be hugely disappointed.
Yeah, massively disappointed. Seeing now James Kelly coming in for It's Mike Mulcahy, is it, to mark
Mike Mull,
Kevin Ryan. Kevin Ryan, although he's missed so many chances, Liam, he's a constant threat inside in there now, and no question it's a man-marking job that James Kelly is coming on to do.
Play to resume with the puck out then, still a 2-point game. 1-9 to 10, 2 between them as the puck out is sent from Mike Quilligan down the far side of the field. The hand of Mike McMahon goes up again, it breaks behind him and won back there by Evan O'Brien from the Piarsaigh. Plays it up the centre of the field, right there to try and win possession of it. The referee has said there's a foul, it's going to be a free. The foul committed by Timmy Nix around the middle of the field. This dead straight in front of the post. It is 65 yards out, but it's one that the Piarsaigh will be hoping to knock over the crossbar.
Yeah, he would have been disappointed with that last free, James Daly, Liam. You'd imagine, given what we've seen from him so far today, he'll rectify this fairly quickly.
1-9 to 10, 2 between them. This should be one as it's picked and struck. The umpires have a good long look at it. They look over at each other, and James Daly has gotten another one. That is his 7th now of the afternoon here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds in the Nick Green Sports Ground Intermediate Hurling Final. The quick puck out isn't allowed to be taken. It's going to have to be retaken. This game on Limerick GA TV this afternoon, with thanks to the Kirby Group, and play to resume with Mike Quilligan's puck out. 8.5 minutes played in the second half. 1-9 to Newcastlewest. 11 points to the Piarsaigh. 1 between them. Puck out sent very tight towards this sideline. Kept in play there by Stephen Nix, who pulled up as he managed to keep that ball in play, and then goes in for a second bite of the cherry. He's done enough to upset. Brian Foley is in there as well. Timmy Nix is arriving in to offer a bit of support and try and come away with it. Instead, it's the Piarsaigh through Dean McLaughlin, and the referee has said McLaughlin fouled on his way out with it. Good, tenacious battling around the middle of the field, and gets a deserved free.
Yeah, great work from Dean McLaughlin there. Surprised there was 3 or 4 Newcastlewest men around him when he came out of the ruck with it. Thought he kind of jumped into the challenge really myself, but did enough to win the free. Another chance for them to get level now for the 4th time.
Mike Sexton having a word with Jamesy Kelly and Kevin Ryan, who are having a right old battle inside there. The free is struck in, it's going to drop inside. The referee has said square ball. Going to be a free out. Free going in favour of Newcastlewest, an opportunity for them to clear their lines. But you mentioned Jamesy Kelly's been brought on in a man-marking job. Literally, no matter where Kevin Ryan has gone since he's come on, Jamesy Kelly has literally been in his pocket.
Yeah, it's no surprise for either of us to see that, Liam. He's been brought on to do a very, very specific job, and he's doing exactly as he was told.
Oh, better Buchel as the puck out is sent down this near side. Mike McMahon put up the hand and has won a free. Emmett McAvoy conceding the free on this occasion, and it's going to be an opportunity yet again for Newcastlewest, and the two boys conflab between each other, and it's going to be Diarmuid Moran Kelly who's going to take this free. Went on a scoring route in that semi-final victory last day out, vast bulk of it from frees, but this one an opportunity as the breeze just freshens. It's not a huge breeze, it's blown into his face as he picks this one and strikes it into the city end terrace. It's gone to the left hand side and wide though. Maybe just thought the breeze was that little bit stronger than it was, perhaps overcompensated for it, hoping it would sneak inside the left hand upright, but it's another wide.
It's another wide for Diarmuid Moran Kelly. Disappointing. Justin Piarsaigh really getting back into this. A chance to go 2 points clear again. Just never came back, Liam, as you said. Hoping the wind would bring it. Never happened.
Ball around the middle of the field. The referee has said Mark Kelly has been fouled. It's going to be a free. Didn't see much of a free there if I'm 100% honest, but Newcastlewest will be happy with that. Mike McMahon was going to take it. Mike Quilligan is coming as well. There's a bit of a discussion as to who's going to take it.
Stealing a few yards as well, Liam.
The linesman on this near side is telling him move it back.
Well spotted from Jonathan Hayes there. Kept his eye on Mike McMahon. Mike isn't happy, but it has finally been brought back to the requisite place.
It's only a yard or two.
Well, that makes all the difference, Liam, in a game in an intermediate hurling final.
Mike McMahon with this free, which he picks and strikes. He looks to have struck that exceptionally well as Mike Mack. The umpires reach for the white flag. That's a super score. What a belt of a ball from Mike McMahon.
He didn't need a few yards extra, Liam. It was brought back. Brilliant strike from Mike McMahon, and just what Newcastlewest needed. 2
point lead now, I think, for them. 110 to 11. The scoreboard yet to change on the grounds here as the Piarsaigh go forward with this one. Brilliant block down there on Dean McLaughlin. It's brought away now by Newcastlewest and Stephen Nix down that far side, plays it up that far sideline. Can they hit a bit of a purple patch before the water break? As this ball sent inside, Brian Nix will make a nuisance of himself inside there, but it's brought away by the Na Piarsaigh fullback Garrod Sinnott, who's been fouled, says the referee. It's going to be a free going in favour of Na Piarsaigh. It is a 2-point game, John, isn't it? The scoreboard yet to change here in the Gaelic grounds. It still says 1-9 to 11, but the scoreboard here is incorrect.
1-10 to 11.
1-10 to 11. The correct scoreline is the free taken by the Na Piarsaigh goalkeeper Evan Condon. Sends this one long. It's going to drop in or around the 21-yard line. Mark Kelly is back there, wins possession of it, and Kelly plays this one forward. Up it comes towards Timmy Nix and lays this one off near side of the field to Mike McMahon. McMahon plays this ball forward up towards Brian Nix, tight towards this sideline. Two Na Piarsaigh men around him. Eventually a bit of support arrives in the shape of Owen Hurley, but they've done well. Brian Nix has won a free for being pulled back, and in a position where there was 2-on-1, 2 Na Piarsaigh, 1 Newcastlewest player, Brian Nix will be very happy to have won that free.
Great work from Brian Nix, Liam. He was completely underdog to win that ball initially. 2 men on him, as you said. Just kept fighting. Eventually helped out by Owen Hurley. Then he was tugged back. Blatant as a free, you're going to get another chance to go 3 points clear. And for some reason the scoreboard still says 1-9 to 11 points. But it's
now been changed. The walkie-talkie, Patsy Coffey had a word with Dave McGuinness down here beneath us, who radioed up to control headquarters as this free is sent in and sent between the uprights. Diarmuid Moore and Kelly with another one for him. And now we have a 3-point game. 1-11 Newcastlewest, 11 points Na Piarsaigh, 3 points between them, and Newcastlewest just beginning to find their mojo again.
Yeah, they are just keeping that bit in front, Liam. Okay, Na Piarsaigh did get back level. Newcastlewest responded with a point immediately, and they just have that bit of an edge at the moment again.
Mike McMahon beaten to it on this occasion by Dean McLaughlin, comes out over the sideline. Mark Kelly just got the vital touch to knock it out over this near stand sideline. Line ball going in favour of the Light Blues, who of course are looking for their second county championship in the space of 24 hours. A huge victory last night. Nothing like that at the moment, as this one is sent in from James Daly, but it's gone left and wide. That is wide number 13 for Na Piarsaigh. Unlucky for some. Will it be unlucky for them?
Yeah, it's a huge total, Liam, and it's ever growing in the second half. Look, they're just not at their races when they needed to be up front. That's the simple task of it. Newcastlewest, albeit they're getting nowhere near as many chances, they're much more accurate in front of goal.
That's their 5th wide of the second half. What a take from Mike McMahon, off as far as Owen Hurley. Hurley striking this one in and has put it between the uprights. I think he has. The umpire made us sweat for it, but Owen Hurley gets his first score of the intermediate final, and Newcastlewest move 4 points to the good. And this goddamn water break, we're about to hit it. They won't want it.
No, they certainly won't. Really starting to get it together again at Newcastlewest at the moment. Really impressive stuff. They're just all over Na Piarsaigh like a rash, all over the field, and it's hard to bet against them at this stage.
Kevin Ryan to take this line ball for Na Piarsaigh. That's the cure kiss of death given to Newcastlewest anyway. As Kevin Ryan is about to take this line ball, sends it across the centre of the field. Breaks dangerously inside there, breaks in there, and the pass goes back as far as James Daly. Shot blocked by Mike Quilligan, and first to react to it was Seamus Hurley, as Hurley plays this towards Jamesy Kelly. Under pressure, Jamesy shuffles away and gets the ball up the centre of the field towards Mark Kelly. Further up towards Mike McMahon. Too much on it though for him, and instead winning it is Emmett McAvoy. Referee has said Mike McMahon has dragged him back. It's going to be a free going in favour of the Piarsaigh. I tell you, John, you're going over that gantry. You nearly went over there if the Piarsaigh got that goal, but thankfully Newcastlewest alert to it from their point of view, and this is a free now and an opportunity for probably the last play of the game before the water break for James Daly to reduce the gap back to 3 points.
You have little faith, Liam. 4-point lead, completely dominant at the moment. Back to serious things, a huge chance here for James Daly. Badly needed score for Na Piarsaigh.
Here's an opportunity then for James Daly. Owen Hurley just been told to move away as this free is sent in from James Daly. He doesn't like it at all, and is it any wonder, because it has gone way to the right hand side and wide. 14 wides for Na Piarsaigh, as we hit the water break. Newcastlewest by 4, 112-11.
Yeah, huge win. Never looked confident leading up to it, Liam. Getting a bit of verbals from the Newcastlewest men as well. Just trying to put them off. Had the desired effect from their point of view. Look, joking aside again, Newcastlewest in a very dominant position heading in to the second water break, the final quarter. You may not agree on that fact, but it is the truth. They're just a better team all over the park at the moment. And it looks like the Piarsaigh are going to bring on Kieran Daly. Kieran Daly obviously a very capable forward as well. They'll need something special from him because it just doesn't look like it's happening for the Piarsaigh at the moment. 14 wides tells its own story.
Interesting to see as well in the water break, and sometimes you see teams going one side to the other. Both sides have decided to do that now, pull each other down to opposite ends. Sometimes they break into these famous pods where they won't have to travel 70 or 80 yards down the field. But Mike Quilligan, I see him making his way. He's the last man to head down to the one there on our right hand side. By the time he gets there, Mike Sexton will probably blow the whistle for the water break to stop and resume play again. Is it wise going all the way to one end of the field?
Look, it's the manager's choice. If I was in Mike Quilligan's position, I'd be exactly the same, hanging my head. I wouldn't be getting back too quickly either. Look, it's an anomaly of this year's championship. You know, the key thing for Newcastlewest really will be to start the second water break completely opposite to what they did after the first one in the first half. They just didn't come out of the blocks after the first water break, you know, and they really, really need to come fast out of it. Because if they don't, it's only 4 points at the end of the day. And the Piarsaigh have goal threats all over that forward line. You know, they haven't taken their 4 or 5 goal chances up to now. Surely they're going to get one more goal chance, and how Newcastlewest react will be key.
Mike Sexton just blows the whistle down there beneath us to tell the two teams, let's get this last quarter going here. It's 15 minutes or thereabouts left in the Nick Green Sports Ground Intermediate Hurling Championship for 2020. Who is going to be crowned the champions of it? Newcastlewest at this moment have a 4-point lead. The Piarsaigh going to make a substitution, as you say, maybe 2 of them. I think there's 2 slips being handed to referee Mike Sexton beneath us, so double substitution. Newcastlewest, I think, have made a change as well down here beneath us. Lee Wolfe is gone on the field of play. It's Timmy Nix is the man that's gone off for Newcastlewest. So that's the change for Newcastlewest. And from an Piarsaigh point of view, you mentioned Kieran Daly is certainly one of them that's on. We'll have a look and see if we can make out who's gone off.
And Kevin Ryan's certainly gone into his starting position of full forward again. You know, Jamesy Kelly invariably making his way into Markham once more, but I think it might even be James Daly that's gone off. The other man on for the Piarsaigh as well.
Evan Gillarvey is on down here. Yeah. So there are the changes. Evan Gillarvey now being marked by Lee Wolfe. So 2 subs on each other down here right beneath us. Play to resume with Mike Quilligan's puck out. 10 minutes plus whatever referee Mike Sexton will add on. There is 4 points between them, and it's the men from West Limerick that lead the City Club at this moment in time in the Nick Green Sports Ground Intermediate Hurling Championship Final for 2020. Ball played up this near side of the field for Newcastlewest. Running onto it, Stephen Nix now operating in the full forward line. His knee mightn't be great, but he's won a free inside there.
Did what you were taught to do as the young fella, Liam. Go down over the ball. The free invariably comes. It hasn't changed in honest Stephen Nix's career. It's not going to change anytime soon. And a huge chance for Dermot Moore and Kelly to put the 5 between the teams.
What a servant he's been to the club of Newcastlewest in both hurling and football. Of course, captain of the senior football team the year of the county final success. After many, many years, he was captain that year. And of course, he's a super servant as this one is sent in from Dermot Moore and Kelly, and it's between the uprights. And Newcastlewest extend their lead still further. It's now a 5-point lead, 113 to 11 points. 8 and a bit minutes plus whatever referee Mike Sexton is going to add on. Puck out down that far side of the field it goes. Over there to try and win possession of it. Brian Foley can't keep it in play. Line ball in the Piarsaigh.
Yeah, it's all Newcastlewest at the moment again, Liam. The vital score, first score after the water break. 5 points, huge lead for them going into the final stages.
Line ball, Dean McLaughlin to take this one down the far side of the field. Keith Dempsey takes it past his man Dempsey from that far sideline. The Piarsaigh could do with a score. It's a dangerous one. Mike Quilligan does enough to bat it away. Does quicks towards this near side of the field. Ingo Newcastlewest trying to win possession of it, but instead it's picked up by Kevin Ryan. Brilliant block down by Jamesy Kelly, and Kelly decides for good measure that there's going to be no quick 65 or line ball. It's going to be driven into the stand.
I think it went further than the stand. That's out in the Ennis Road somewhere, Liam.
Hope there wasn't a car passing, because if there was, they might be short of a windscreen or a side window.
Send a bill to the Kelly family, Newcastlewest.
They'll be waiting for a response, I can tell you that much. Here comes the free for James Daly down beneath us, and an opportunity with 7.5 minutes left to cut the gap back down. 113 to 11 at this moment in time. Here comes the 65. It's picked and struck. It looks to be good, which it is it? It is, and it's over the crossbar. The Piarsaigh needed that one. They've hit 6 wides in the second half, and that a much needed score for them, and we're back to a 4-point game, 113 to 12.
Much more like it from James Daly, Liam. That's his 8th point of the game. Badly needed scores, you mentioned. They need a couple of more. Another great catch from Mike McMahon.
Beautiful hand pass as well towards Diarmuid Moore and Kelly, but the finish unfortunately is to the left hand side and wide. Disappointing finish after a wonderful take from Mike McMahon. It's what he does so brilliantly in both hurling and football for the club. As the ball sent down that far side, Niall Enright breaks it down and Mark Kelly picks up possession of it. Kelly gets the hand pass away towards the aforementioned Mike McMahon. 65 out from goal, strikes it in. The referee was playing the advantage. There was none forthcoming. It's going to be a free. The free going in favour of Newcastlewest on the own 65-yard line.
Yeah, Mike McMahon as well down, about to receive some treatment. Don't think there's too much wrong with him somehow, Liam. Bit of cuteness from Mike. But you just mentioned it a moment or so ago. Diarmuid Moore and Kelly had the chance off Mike's catch. He's so vital to both hurling and football teams in Newcastlewest. And just further evidence, winning that free, vital free, and a chance again to go 5 points clear.
Here it comes from Diarmuid Moore and Kelly. 4 between them at the moment. 113 to 12 on the 65-yard line as he strikes this one in. That looks to be good. It's between the uprights. It is a 5-point lead, and Newcastlewest beginning to dare to dream of the Premier Intermediate status for next season. They're just 6 and a bit minutes plus whatever the referee is going to add on, but there's still nothing between them, if you like, between these two sides. That looked to be a wild pull there by Kieran Daly. Referee says play away though. In there to try and win possession of it goes Colin Foley for Newcastlewest. A bit of a scrum breaks out. Referee is going to throw it in between a couple of players.
And Mike Sexton left with no option there. Maybe Kieran Daly did get away with one there, Liam, but the Piarsaigh need to do something very fast here.
There'll still be a lot of stoppage time though, John.
Oh, there's easily 10 minutes left in this game, Liam.
Still plenty of time. 5 points between them. 114 is 17. 12 points is 12 points. It's a 5-point lead for Newcastlewest. And the ball has come out over this near stand sideline, and it's going to be a line ball in favour of the team from just across the road, as Dean McLaughlin is going to take this line ball for the Piarsaigh men. Referee just tells him, or the linesman Jonathan Hayes just says, come back and bring it in a couple of yards. The short line ball goes towards Donald O'Connell. Plays this one inside, in towards Kieran Daly, who couldn't control it first time. Breaks down away from him. Ball played low inside, cut out back there by Mark Kelly. Kelly comes away with it, gets the hand pass away towards the centre of the field, where it's gathered and brought forward now by Newcastlewest, away from the danger area. It's gone out over this near side of the field and gone for a line ball down this near side, and the line ball going in favour of the Piarsaigh. The watch is telling me to breathe and all at this stage.
Yeah, it's getting to you a bit, Liam.
That's
here.
the
The final stage is the nerves. The Piarsaigh have a man down. Looks to be a fairly serious injury down in front of us, but it's Dean McLaughlin that's down.
Yeah.
But look, Newcastlewest, Liam, have, despite what you're thinking and saying, they're just being on the cautious side. They've been very impressive in the last 10 minutes or so. They've managed everything. They just have to keep Piarsaigh out from scoring a goal. They've done it very successfully so far, and they've been able to chip off the odd point to keep their lead intact. Very impressive stuff.
Mark Kelly was down receiving treatment as well. He's back to his feet. Just a bit of cramp, not surprising. It's a beautifully warm, sunny Sunday afternoon at the LIT Gaelic Grounds. Will it be a sunny Sunday with sunny memories for Newcastlewest or Na Piarsaigh? At the moment it looks like Newcastlewest, but still plenty left to play in this one as Na Piarsaigh come away with this one. And one thing is for sure, they will not give up the ghost that easily. Looked to be a trip on Emmett McAvoy. It was. It's going to be a free down beneath us, going in favour of Na Piarsaigh. 3 minutes of normal time plus whatever referee Mike Sexton is going to add on.
James Daly coming out to take this one, Liam. Look, Na Piarsaigh were trying to work the ball in there the last couple of attacks for a goal chance. There's a huge amount of time still left. 3 minutes of ordinary time, more than likely 4 or 5 minutes of added time. Much more in line to get back, claw back a couple of points, go for the goal in the final stages.
James Daly with this free. He's about 10 in from this near stand sideline. 14 wides to Na Piarsaigh so far. 12 points. Newcastlewest with 114 as Daly strikes this one in. That looks to be dropping short. It's into the back of the net.
Unbelievable one there, Liam. It's a case of leave it to you, leave it to me, and it's ended up in a goal for Na Piarsaigh. It was Maurice Murphy that got the last touch on it, I think. Huge error in the Newcastlewest defence, one that we didn't see coming. Na Piarsaigh right back in the game, 2 points in it.
Puck out. Referee was having none of it because Na Piarsaigh were making a substitution. Luke O'Sullivan has gone on. Dean McLaughlin, who was receiving treatment just a few moments ago, is the man to make way. Well, on such fine margins do games change. Newcastlewest look to be absolutely coasting, but that is a huge error. But how will they respond to it now? 114, 112, 2 between them. Next couple of minutes vital. Puck out from Mike Quilligan. Mike McMahon puts up the hand. The bit between the teeth now perhaps of Na Piarsaigh is Pat Gleeson in possession of it, looking to come away with it. Plays it down that far side. Niall Enright picks up possession of it. Enright under pressure, gets it towards Mike McMahon, near side of the field. McMahon gets the hand pass away towards Mark Kelly. Further up the field now, near side of the field, Lee Wolfe gets the pass away towards Stephen Nix. When you need a score, Stephen Nix, has he delivered? He hasn't. It's just gone left and wide, marginally from this near side. Still a 2 point game. 114, 112. All of a sudden it's very frantic and frenetic. Puck out, Sean Brown underneath it, trying to win it for Newcastlewest. Back it breaks, and there to win it, Owen Hurley. Well blocked down, Owen Hurley into the hands of Kieran Daly from Na Piarsaigh. Plays this one across the centre. Danger here from a Newcastlewest point of view, but back there to win possession of it, cool and composed as Colm Foley. Pass towards Seamus Hurley. Hurley beaten to it though by James Daly. Daly pops the pass near side of the field towards Evan Gillarvey. Gillarvey goes forward, half hooked. Referee says he was fouled. It's a free for Na Piarsaigh and a free in for them, and a chance to bring the gap back to 1. 4 additional minutes to be added on. 4 minutes.
Yeah, 4 minutes now, Liam. You mentioned it a minute or so ago. Frenetic and frantic are the words you'd use to describe this closing stages. Newcastlewest had this game won, a huge error, and hopefully from their point of view they won't live to regret it. Chance for James Daly to put the minimum between the sides and make it double figures for him.
James Daly with this free then into the Ennis Road goal to our left hand side. 114, 112, 2 between them. We're into the first of 4 minutes of additional time as he crouches over this, picks it and strikes it and sends it over the crossbar. And believe it or not, there's just 1 point between them. 114, 113. And that error in the Newcastlewest goal line could prove to be absolutely huge. Puck out from Mike Quilligan. The next possession, the next score is absolutely huge. Mike McMahon can't win possession of the puck out. Comes out over this near stand sideline. Line ball for Newcastlewest. They'll be in no hurry to take it though, John.
No, just a bit of respite maybe for Newcastlewest. Just a chance to calm everything down. Yet again, just huge moments.
Lee is being called up. Lee Wolfe is well able to strike line balls. This will be a huge one. He's well able to strike them though, in fairness to him.
He is, Liam. This is one now, is either dropping around the edge of the square, hope something comes from it, or get the ball dead. They need to waste as much time as possible from their point of view.
Well, it's after the big build up, it's not the best of cuts. It does go dead, but it goes way to the right hand side and wide. Another wide for Newcastlewest. Piarsaig's puck out is already on its way. Kieran Daly touches it away from Niall Enright down the far side, who lost his footing. Should be a Newcastlewest line ball. It is, says the linesman. Kevin Ryan was claiming in a Piarsaigh one. Linesman having none of it. Line ball for Newcastlewest on the far side.
Will they bring Lee Wolfe over to take this one? Waste a bit more time? Doesn't seem to be the case.
Niall Enright is going to take it. The Piarsaigh management just claiming that Newcastlewest are taking their time. You wouldn't blame them. They lead by 114 to 113. 2 minutes of stoppage time played. Nerve-wracking stuff down that far side of the field. Piarsaigh out over the sideline. He's gone out over the sideline. The sliotar has gone with him. Line ball for Newcastlewest, and again a few more seconds will be wasted and eaten up down that far side from Niall Enright to take this line ball.
Well, every second counts for both sides now, Liam. Newcastle really just taking their time with everything. Piarsaigh trying to rush everything. Anyone's game at this stage.
Good cut of a ball from Niall Enright. Breaks past everybody. It's into the hands on the far side. That is Diarmuid Moran Kelly. Oh, what a score! Just when you needed one, Newcastlewest have delivered it. A 2-point lead. It's a hugely dangerous lead in hurling, especially with 2 minutes and 40 seconds of stoppage time played. A 2-point lead for Newcastlewest. Puck out, simped down this near side of the field. Winning possession of it, Erna Piarsaigh. Going forward, this one is Evan Gillarvey. Lays it off towards Keith Dempsey. Takes the shot and it goes over the crossbar. Dempsey reduces it to 1 again. 115, 114. 63 minutes played. There's going to be another substitution, I think, made down here beneath us. Patsy Coffey. Well, Newcastlewest were trying to take their time doing it. They're not ready just quite yet. The substitution won't be made yet. The puck out is already on its way. Mike McMahon, if there was ever a time to win a ball, it's now. It breaks away from him. The Piarsaigh tried to win possession of it back in their own half-back line, and Evan O'Brien. Long ball sent forward. Brilliantly won there by James Daly. Daly was fouled, was he? No, says Mike Sexton. Oh, it's off towards Kevin Ryan. Ryan was fouled. Yes, he was. Free in going in favour of Piarsaigh. And an opportunity surely now to level up the game.
Yeah, James Daly, you would imagine, Liam, he scored 1-9 so far in this game. He's not going to miss this one from just, 26 or 7 metres. Liam, I don't know what to say to you as Newcastlewest man. They've thrown this away. It looks like extra time. James Daly's going to put this one over. The 4 minutes of added time have been played. It's in the lap of the gods now. Whatever Mike Sexton wants that on. You would imagine, no, this is going to be the last puck of the game.
James Daly with this free on the edge of the semicircle. The 4 minutes of stoppage time have elapsed. 115, 114. He picks it and strikes it, and as you would expect, makes no mistake about it. We are level in the Nick Green Sports Ground Intermediate Hurling Final of 2020. Is there time for one more passage of play? There is, according to Mike Sexton. Possession now vital for Mike Quilligan's puck out. There isn't, says Mike Sexton. It's full time. We have extra time in the LIT Gaelic grounds. 1:15 apiece after 60 odd minutes of hurling. 70 minutes you could call it, including the 2 periods of stoppage time. And John Keogh, we're going to extra time.
Anyone's game again, Liam. Look, Newcastlewest will have to get over the disappointment. They had a 5-point lead going into the final stages. It evaporated in quick as a flash. You know, all the momentum with Piarsaigh heading into this extra time period now. And it's just a case of Willie Hurley and Paul O'Grady saying to Newcastlewest, man, look, we did one once, we can do it again. And just settling them down. But Piarsaigh will be full of confidence going into the extra time.
We'll have 2 10-minute periods of extra time here at the LIT Gaelic grounds. That's what lies in store for us now to decide the destination of the Intermediate Hurling Championship Cup. And well, John Keogh told me it was destined to head out west, but well, Piarsaigh got back into it. So 2 10-minute periods of extra time. That's what's ahead of us, and it's hard to call it now, John.
Nearly impossible now at this stage, Liam. Look, it was a mistake on the line. Morris Murphy, as he's coming down towards here, he's still cursing himself by the looks of things out there. It was him that went for it. Just when something like that, Liam, you know, in and around the goals like that at a big stage in the game, you need someone to take ownership. It looked to me like the 3 men on the line were leaving it to each other. In the end, Morris went with it to Hurley. It was all too late. and then goes the goal. But you know, they've got to get over, and they've got to get over it very fast. There's still a championship final to be won from Newcastlewest point of view for Piarsaigh. You know, it was desperation cases. They've been given a lucky break. Should be full of confidence, as I mentioned earlier, going into the 2 periods of extra time. But it's very much anyone's game, and you know, look, it's going to be whoever settles first. Another goal could be huge in this.
Well, another goal will be huge. Piarsaigh making their way from the far side to this near side. That's the cheers that you can hear as they make their way down here, away to our left hand side. The referee and his team of officials just having a chat beneath us as well. Well, this really is edge of the seat time now, and wherever you're watching this, well, you're getting for value for money of that, there is no doubt, this afternoon for this Nick Green Sports Ground intermediate hurling final. And things were going so well for Newcastlewest until that moment when the ball from the 65 just went all the way in to the back of the net. And up until that, you'd say there was really only going to be one winner. But then the Piarsaigh, in fairness to Newcastlewest, they got a couple of scores after it, because more teams could drop their head and lose games as a result of that. So it really is just a question of who wants it more, or who's fit enough, I suppose, for this now, for the next few minutes.
I was just going to say, fitness is really going to come down to. You asked at half time how important both benches are going to be. We've seen both sides empty their bench in the second half. Look, fitness will come down to it. It's a very, very warm day, as we've mentioned on countless occasions here. You know, it's just at this stage, whoever can get their teams mentally prepared. It's mental fitness as well as physical fitness is huge here, and I think Piarsaigh may have the edge on that.
I tell you, Adair will be delighted that this game has gone to extra time, because of course Newcastlewest and Adair in the Irish Wire Products Senior Football Championship quarter-final midweek, and they'll be delighted to see this game going to extra time, because it allows the recovery time. And you talk about it, and regardless of what happens here, Newcastlewest have that game Tuesday, Wednesday night. If they win that, they're out again at the weekend for Senior Football Championship. The truncated season becomes even more truncated, and more pressure on players, etc. But I suppose right now it's all about winning this game in front of us.
That's it. It's a legitimate point, Ollie. You know, there will be the ones looking at this, licking their lips, maybe going, yeah, we know how to get at them now Wednesday and run them. But look, that's as you mentioned, for another day for Newcastlewest. Now, as I mentioned, they've won the game once. The big question for them is, can they do it again? And from the Piarsaig's point of view, I'm sure Shane Dowling and the rest of the management team involved will be telling them, look, we need a good start, we need a fast start. They haven't performed anywhere near what was expected of them going into this game, and now they really have the chance to turn it around and, you know, land another title for the second time in 24 hours.
Mike Sexton has gone out, he's told them, send the captain up for the kind toss down beneath us. He's got him back, Gleeson up for the kind toss, doesn't need to make his way down. So Paddy's making his way up, as is Sean Brown. So two captains coming back for the kind toss to decide who's going to play what way. Conditions, well, I suppose I was going to say kind toss isn't really a huge advantage this afternoon, John. The conditions ideal, no breeze at all, so it doesn't really matter, to be honest, who plays what way.
No, it doesn't make a difference, Liam. It's very rare. You always see the Gaelic grounds in great condition, but it's a long time since I've seen it as good as this for a game at the end of September or mid to late September. You know, stunning conditions. You mentioned, I think we're going to see Stephen Nix depart the proceedings as well for Newcastlewest. His knee may have finally given up. Very good performance for his beloved Newcastlewest throughout the 60 or 70 minutes, as you mentioned. You know, it's hard to know what to say at this moment. A Newcastlewest fan standing beside me, who was down on his knees as James Daly got the levelling score to bring this game into extra time. But we've another 20 minutes to go, Liam.
Yeah, it's they won't be putting on the soccer just quite yet out in Whelan's Bar, where I know there's a good crowd watching this out in the back area this afternoon. I hope you're enjoying it. Well, I probably didn't enjoy the last few minutes of it no more than myself, but hopefully we'll enjoy the next 20 odd minutes or so here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds, and that table that's booked for 4 o'clock can now extend a few more minutes beyond that.
Get the phone out quickly, Liam.
We won't have a jet to get there.
Substitution in.
Substitution
It's Evan
for
McMahon in
Newcastlewest,
for Stephen Nix.
That's the change for Newcastlewest. Evan McMahon on, Stephen Nix off for the first period of extra time. Sure, what else would you be doing, Jan, on a Sunday afternoon with the sun beating down on top of you? And sure, you've Liverpool Chelsea at 4:30, so you're safe enough another while.
Yeah, I'm okay anyway, Liam. I've nothing at stake in this game. I'm just enjoying what's in front of us. Look, it has been a fantastic game too. Brilliant finish. You know, Newcastlewest, okay, may have had a one. Piarsaigh with all the momentum going into these final 20 minutes. You know, maybe the fresher legs, younger legs maybe than some of the Newcastlewest lads could prove decisive.
Well, let's wait and see what lies in store here. It's rare enough, though, that we see extra time games kind of taking the same pattern as regulation time. You normally see one team maybe getting off to a flying start and the other team chasing it after that. So it'll be interesting to see whether it will take that course or not.
Yeah, it's a completely new game as well, of course, Liam, as you mentioned. Anything can happen. Like, if a goal does come for either side, you would imagine, given the tiredness in their legs and everything else that comes with a final tension, cramp, the whole lot, a goal would be vital.
Patsy Coffey has told us there are 3 subs being made by Piarsaigh. Unfortunately, we're not wired up to Patsy yet, but we'll find out who they are in just a couple of moments. We'll watch as the play goes on. So Piarsaigh have made 3 subs, Newcastlewest have made 1 for this extra time period, and away we go. Newcastlewest playing left to right as we watch it here. They've got to get rid of the fact that they had this game in the bag. Here it comes from Brian Nix, pops the pass away. Not quite sure who he was trying to get into possession of it there as Emmett McAvoy picks it up from Piarsaigh and plays it down the far side. Niall Enright breaks this one down. One over there by Newcastlewest up towards Mark Kelly. Just went to pulling it first time. Lee Wolfe wins possession of it now. Lee looks up, gets the hand pass away. One back there by the Piarsaigh man. That's one of the ones that has just come on. Luke O'Sullivan plays this forward inside now towards James Daly, striking this one in across the face of the goal though, and to the left hand side and wide. Wide number 15 for Piarsaigh. Worth noting.
Yeah, it is worth noting, Liam. You know, they've had plenty of chances throughout the game, just haven't. The radar in front of goal has just been so off at times. You know, but first chance of the extra time period, great catch there from...
What a take down that far side of the field. Played off now near side. Brilliantly won by Owen Hurley. 1 point in the regulation time. It won't be a second point. The ball juggled inside there by the Piarsaigh man as he comes away with this one. Was he fouled? The referee said play away. That's exactly what the Piarsaigh do. Launch this one forward down this near side of the field over the head of everybody. Winning possession of it there is Kevin Ryan. Ryan brilliantly blocked down by Maurice Murphy. Murphy trying to win possession of it inside there again. The ball breaking away from everybody and it's picked up and brought clear now by Diarmuid Moran Kelly, who scored a point from that far side in regulation time. Strikes this one in. He's shown his class. He's shown his class as Diarmuid Moran Kelly. What a super score from him. First score of extra time goes the way of Newcastlewest.
Yeah, that's just superb from Diarmuid Moran Kelly. 3 Piarsaigh defenders around him when he picked up possession. He put on the afterburners, got a bit of space, and then had the temerity to put it over from 70 yards. Brilliant.
Evan Conlon's puck out, won by James E. Kelly. His hand pass though isn't great and picked up back there now by Evan O'Brien. O'Brien plays this one towards Pat Gleeson. He hasn't scored yet as Pat Gleeson. He's right at that now. Extra time. We are level again as Pat Gleeson gets a point. We're level at 116 apiece.
Brilliant response from the Piarsaigh. Pat Gleeson playing a captain's role. First chance of the game he's really had to shoot. Pops it straight over.
Mike Quilligan's puck out, sent down the centre of the field. Brilliantly won there by Emmett McAvoy. McAvoy from the 65 strikes it in. It's gone in and gone over the crossbar. And the Piarsaigh take the lead for the first time since, I would say, the 7th or 8th minute of this game. Newcastlewest have been in the lead for the vast bulk of it, but for the first time in a long time, the Piarsaigh to the front, John.
7th minute is right on the money, Liam, since the Piarsaigh led. That's just stunning from Emmett McAvoy. He burst his backside to win the puck out, controlled it, took it on and then popped it over. Brilliant score.
Puck out, Evan Gillarvey plays this one towards the far side. James Daly can't keep it in play, gone out over that far sideline. And a line ball going in favour of Newcastlewest across on that far side. Niall Enright is going to take this one. Referee Mike Sexton just stands in splendid isolation between the 21 and the 65-yard line on a beautiful sunny afternoon at the LIT Gaelic Grounds. The Piarsaigh 117, Newcastlewest 116. The short line ball won by Newcastlewest. The Piarsaigh crowding them out though around the middle of the field. The ball played up this near side, brilliantly controlled now by Owen Hurley. He can have plenty of gears too, can Owen Hurley. Still going, support down that far side. Didn't quite see the man though, and goalkeeper gathers possession of it. I think it might have been Diarmuid Moore and Kelly that was or Mike McMahon that was screaming for it down that far side. He wasn't spotted, and instead Niall Enright wins possession of it, launches it back down that far side towards Brian Nix. Can't control it first time, second time can't. That's because he's been pushed. It's going to be a free going for Newcastlewest across on that far side. But had Owen Hurley looked up, Mike McMahon was free a couple of seconds ago.
Huge goal chance for Newcastlewest. Just over carried it on early. Gave his man there, who was Donal O'Connell, chasing just enough time to get a half a hook in. He'd options either side. Mike McMahon was standing in splendid isolation, but Diarmuid Moore and Kelly was on his right flank as well, Liam. Either way, a big chance to level the score.
Midway point of the first period of extra time. Diarmuid Moore and Kelly with this free opportunity from the far side of the field. 117 the Piarsaigh, 116 Newcastlewest, and an opportunity here for the man that has a goal and 10 points, I think, scored in this county final so far, to extend his tally still further. In it goes. It looks to be good. It is. It's over the crossbar. We're level again. 117 apiece. And what did we say, John? That extra times don't take the course of normal time? They do in this game.
Yeah, sixth time they've been level throughout the contest, Liam. Look, it's so even. This really is no cliche. It's anyone's game. It really is. And the Piarsaigh back on the attack with Kieran Daly.
Kieran Daly pops the pass towards Pat Gleeson down the far side. He's half hooked as he plays that one inside. Over there to win possession of it goes Colin Foley on his hands and knees. Foley picks up possession of it, comes away with it. Three in the Piarsaigh men around him. Lost possession of it, and the ball back in the hand of Kieran Daly. Looks up for the option across the centre, near side of the field. First touch from Evan Gillarvey was a bit heavy. Still has possession of it. Gillarvey sends it in and sends it over the crossbar, and the Piarsaigh back into the lead in extra time. And well, this is almost the opposite of what was happening in normal time. Newcastlewest had kept the lead the whole way through, but it's the Piarsaigh now that lead by 118, 117, 6 and a bit minutes of the first period of extra time played. Puck out down the far side, one over there, and away come Newcastlewest again now with Diarmuid Moore and Kelly still going onto the 21. Mike McMahon across the centre, still Diarmuid lays it across far side. Chance here, well blocked down over there from Evan McMahon. Has it again at the second attempt. McMahon still in possession of it. The angle was tight, goes to ground. Referee tells him to get back to his feet, and the Piarsaigh go in and win possession of it and play it down that far side. Over there to win possession of it, Keith Dempsey. Dempsey comes away with this one under pressure, well blocked by Diarmuid Moore and Kelly. In there as well goes Brian Nix. It breaks away, and here come Newcastlewest. That is Mark Kelly, gets the hand pass away towards Mike McMahon. The man they call Dan on the edge of the semicircle has put it between the uprights, and we're level again. 118 apiece, 7 minutes played of extra time.
Brilliant drama here, Liam. There was a goal chance in the offing again for Newcastlewest on that attack. Maybe Diarmuid Moore and Kelly overdid it. Had Mike McMahon on his right, had Evan McMahon on his left. Evan Codnan got out to make a great block.
Kevin Ryan wins the puck out, and Kevin Ryan sends this one in, but has sent it over the crossbar. Just about. The umpires had a long think about it, and it's another lead score for the Piarsaigh. 119, 118. The draw didn't last too long. I'll tell you, lads, this is nerve-wracking stuff here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds.
Brilliant stuff from Kevin Ryan. That's more like it from him. Brilliant pick up from the puck out, and had the confidence to pop it over. As Newcastlewest back
one here by Owen Hurley, sends it in and sends it over the crossbar. 2 points for him in the game so far. And this game, well, It's really opened up in extra time, and we are level yet again. That's probably the 8th time that we're level. 1:19 apiece. 7-8 minutes played of the first period of extra time. Puck out. Pat Gleeson trying to win possession of it. Away from him for Newcastlewest. The hand pass off near side of the field. Gillarvey won't get to it. Instead, it's won by Brian Foley. Brilliantly blocked down. And Gillarvey at the second attempt picks this one up. We're right behind it. It drops right between the uprights. The Piarsaigh back into the lead. It's swinging one way and the other, and the Piarsaigh back into a 1-point lead.
Brilliant score from Evan Gilvary there, Liam. Did well, or didn't do well initially, lost it, got the hook in, the ball fell to him again, and pops over his second point of extra time. Stunning stuff from the Piarsaigh number 24.
Puck out, sent down the far side of the field. Can any team go 2 points clear? The Piarsaigh will be hoping to do that. Newcastlewest will be hoping they won't. Mike McMahon didn't even look at the target, and that is the result of it. It goes to the left hand side and wide. It was a quick shot from Mike McMahon, but left and wide. 9 minutes of the first period of extra time gone. The Piarsaigh 120, Newcastlewest 119 in the Nick Green Sports Ground intermediate hurling final of 2020 on a beautiful sunny balmy afternoon here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds, and wherever you're watching us on Limerick GA TV, whether you're watching us here in Ireland, in Australia, or anywhere around the world, whether it's day or night, you're tuned to an absolute cracker. The puck out, won by the Piarsaigh. Kieran Daly in possession of it, near side of the field, being held up, lays the ball across the centre, easily cut out back there though by Jamesy Kelly, and Jamesy does a waddle before he drives it down the field. Up goes the hand there to try and win possession of it was Evan McMahon, breaks it towards the cousin Mike, plays this one forward towards the far side. It might break towards Dermot Moore and Kelly. It does. He's been chopped down. It's going to be a free, and this, John Keogh, you'd imagine, will be the level in score. Even the butterflies are enjoying it.
Butterflies are everywhere, Liam. They're in your stomach. They're all over the LIT Gaelic Grounds. Brilliant stuff from Mike McMahon just to get a flick in. Dermot Moore and Kelly on the run, blatantly fouled by Padraig Heaney, and a chance for Dermot Moore and Kelly to level us for the 9th time.
As we hit the 10 minutes of the first period of extra time, here it comes. The ball is picked and struck just about over the crossbar, but just about is good enough. We are level for the 10th time, as John Keogh has said. 120 apiece, 120 in the Piarsaigh, 120 Newcastlewest. The scoreboard now changes. Mike Sexton says we're at half time in extra time. Cracking first period of extra time.
Couldn't have asked for more, Liam. Both teams visibly out on their feet as well, giving absolutely everything, but it has freed the game open a bit as well. Some stunning shooting in that first period of extra time, and like just before the start of this extra period, Liam, it's anyone's game yet again.
Well, there might only be 200 people in here, but certainly the supporters are playing their part, and the Piarsaigh supporters to our left and the Newcastlewest supporters to our right, and both sets of teams head in front of their supporters for the final few words of motivation from their management ahead of the last period of extra time. Well, we said at half time after the water break, actually at the 3/4 stage, that this was the last time that the teams were going to go into their huddle. This, John, is certainly the last time. Or is it?
Yeah, Liam, extra time could be coming to a deadly penalty shootout. I think Mike Sexton's checking everything with the County Board Vice Chairman Seamus McNamara down in front of us. But
Seamus is the chairman of the CCC. The phone is out. I'd say they could be dialing the County Secretary, who I know is watching the stream this afternoon. So Mike, if you're about to take a phone call there from Seamus Mac to find out what the story will be,
keep an eye on the phone, definitely.
I hope he's not watching the stream on the phone, because he's about to be cut off. He's not answering the phone.
Yeah, it's worth noting though, Liam, what a terrible way it would be to end an intermediate hurling championship final, but for it to come to that, it'd be certainly a fair amount of drama, wouldn't it?
We wouldn't be able for it, John. We wouldn't be able for it.
I might have to take over, because I don't think Liam Ahern's heart could handle it if we do get to that stage. But look, a very, very good first half of extra time. You know, both sides popping over points at will. New Piarsaigh coming with everything, and Newcastlewest having an answer within it. So just waiting for confirmation here. What will happen if we're level at the end of extra time?
The County Secretary didn't answer his phone. Amazing.
Mike Sexton blowing the whistle to get the teams back into position again, Liam. Final instructions from both management teams.
Yeah. Patsy Coffey just tells us there's going to be a sub for Newcastlewest. To be more on our line to find out if we'll have extra time or what we'll have. We'll find out as soon as possible.
Yeah, it's going to be Michael Kremen.
It has to finish on the day.
Has to finish on the day, Liam, so we do have a potential shootout.
And I apologise to the county secretary. He did answer his phone. Which makes a change. So it's going to be finish on the day, so we would have extra time if it was to happen. You wouldn't rule it out based on that first period of extra time, John?
No, it's nothing between the teams, Liam. And it's just anyone's guess at this stage what's ahead of us for the second part of extra time. And then if we have extra time, it wouldn't surprise me. The poor fellas in the field I'd be starting to think about now. They've given absolutely everything so far, and it's going to be very, very difficult for them to continue on this at this level that we've seen in the first period.
Well, I don't think there's going to be extra time. I think it just goes straight to penalties, so
we'll know in 10 minutes or so anyway.
Both sets of supporters doing their best to try and get the two sets of teams to try and find a winner here this afternoon. So both teams head out towards their respective positions. Newcastlewest have made a change as well. Michael Kremen has come on in place of Brian Foley. No bad substitute to bring on either, Michael Kremen. So this is it, John.
Yeah, this is it, Liam. Look, we know this game is huge for both sides. Obviously, Piarsaigh with their senior team winning another Daily Cup last evening, but Newcastlewest are a club who believe they should be at a higher level in hurling and a higher level at the same level they're at senior. They have a long way to go before that happens, though, and we're back underway.
We sure are, and Pat Gleeson wins possession of the throw-in straight away, but the ball is delivered only to the hands of Colm Foley. Launches this one long towards the far side of the field. Evan McMahon behind him. In there goes Brian Nix trying to win possession of it on his hands and knees. Has he done enough to win it? He's left the Schlitter behind him. In there as well goes trying to win possession of it. There was Michael Kremen just on the field of play. Good defence there from Nix. It might break towards Moran Kelly, but it's away from him though, and instead away now come Piarsaigh down the far side with Conor Richardson, only as far as Mike McMahon. If there's one man you want on the ball down that far side, it's Mike Mack, but he sent it to the right hand side and wide. Wide is the first chance of this extra time period. So away we start again with the puck out. Emmett McAvoy towards the far side of the field, over the head of everybody. There'll be no easy freeze given now, I'd imagine. Kieran Daly in possession of it, looks up for the option across the centre into the grateful arms of Mike Quilligan on his one knee as he strikes this one down the field. Mike McMahon puts up the hurley, tries to double on it in the air. It breaks there towards Michael Kremen, away from him, and won instead by Pat Gleeson, who plays it down this near side of the field for Piarsaigh. Out of the hand of Kieran Daly in the first instance, looks up for the option from this near stand sideline. Quick scatters possession of it on the goal line, and away comes Mike Quilligan under pressure from two Piarsaigh players. Gets it away towards the far side of the field, over there to try and win possession of it. Michael Kremen tight to the sideline towards Mark Kelly, who scored a point in normal time. Kelly can't control it this time. Ball picked up by Piarsaigh. Both sides tired now as this one is sent in again into the hands of Mike Quilligan, and Quilligan just about delivers the ball down this near side of the field. It's kept in play. Piarsaigh have possession of it. Both teams out in their feet at this stage. Luke O'Sullivan pops the pass back. The next score you feel will be vital as Emmett McAvoy launches it down the field. Batted down there by Morris Murphy. Broken and won by Keith Dempsey. Dempsey near side of the field. Dempsey strikes it in, and Dempsey has sent it to the left hand side and wide. Scores will probably be at a premium now, John, in this period of extra time. The players are absolutely goosed.
They are, Liam. Huge effort being put in. It has to take its toll at some stage. Looking at this, the shots are dropping short. The keepers are back in back in the middle of things yet again, and Newcastlewest on the attack from the puck out.
Mike Quilligan lays it off towards Owen Hurley. Hurley's hand pass towards Michael Crimmin. Can't win possession of it first time. Crimmin goes to ground. No free forthcoming. There'd have to be blatant frees, I'd say, at this stage now to be given by Mike Sexton. A bit of a scrum breaks out inside there, and the referee decides the right option to do is throw it in between a couple of people on the 21-yard line. We've played 3 minutes of the second period of extra time. Yet to see a score in that 3 minutes on the scoreboard. 120 to Newcastlewest, 120 to Piarsaigh, and Piarsaigh come away with this one now with Emmett McAvoy down the far side of the field. It's blocked, it's into the hand of Seamus Hurley. Lays this one off towards Mark Kelly. 1 point to his name. Is that 2 points? It is! Mark Kelly with the point to put Newcastlewest one ahead. 121 to 120. He goes down with cramp immediately after striking it. A 1 point lead.
Brilliant stuff from Mark Kelly. Clearance wasn't great from Emmett McAvoy. Fell to Seamus Hurley. He looked up, didn't panic, saw the free man. Mark touched into the hand, popped it over the bar. Huge score in the context of this game. Newcastlewest back into the lead, Liam.
Mark Kelly gingerly back to his feet. Subs warming up on this near side of the field for Newcastlewest. Aaron McCarthy and Ruan O'Connor both warming up. Looks as though Mark Kelly is going to have to make his way off. Double substitution then for Newcastlewest, yeah. Aaron McCarthy is definitely going on, as is Ruan O'Connor. Well, Aaron McCarthy is the first one to go on. There's confusion inside there. Mark Kelly is gone and Aaron McCarthy has replaced him. Ruan O'Connor has gone on as well. And I think they're saying it's Cozzy who's going to come off. It's Morris Murphy. Eventually, it's the man that comes off. So, after the substitutions and after the confusion,
deliberate
the double
confusion I might add as well, Liam.
Oh, sure. It's all part of it.
It all
isn't
works. Anything that works.
4 and a bit minutes of the second period of extra time have elapsed. The ball won by Piarsaigh. Ball played near side of the field. Possession now vital. Newcastlewest by 1. This one is sent in, but to the right hand side and wide. No, it's over the crossbar. Point for Kieran Daly and point for Piarsaigh. And we're level again, John Keogh.
Yeah, brilliant stuff from Kieran Daly. Player well capable, as we've mentioned throughout the game, of popping up with a score. He's done exactly that, and this is the 10th time, Liam. I said it was 10 earlier on, it's 9. Now we're up to 10. As Emmett McAvoy wins this one, does a hamstring at the same time. Could be cramp.
Near side of the field. Niall Enright plays it forward. The Piarsaigh man on the ground. Bodies everywhere at the minute. As Owen Hurley plays it towards Brian Nix. Nix goes forward. Well blocked down by 3 Piarsaigh players. The referee has decided, when Piarsaigh were in possession of it, to hold up play. Wise decision by referee Mike Sexton, because in fairness, Emmett McAvoy is down. And as you say, it could be the hamstring that's gone from him. 5 and a bit minutes played of the second period of extra time. We could see 2 or 3 minutes of stoppage time though after extra time. Level at 121 apiece.
Yeah, just Emmett McAvoy was had an outstanding game for Piarsaigh at centre back. Very good throughout the contest. It'd be a shame to see his day ended by an injury, but it looks it's going to be the case as Mark O'Connor looks set to come on for Emmett best inside. 121 apiece, Liam. Look, we've said it again, countless times over. Extra time throughout the initial 60 minutes. It is anyone's game. 10 times level, 121 apiece. God knows where this is going to end up. And even that, even he's unsure.
Well, Mike Sexton just being asked for the exact time. So there are 3 minutes of normal time gone, he said. On the scoreboard it's 16:46, so yeah, about 3-4 minutes of stoppage time, just about right, I suppose. Yeah,
he said as well, Liam, I think at the moment 2 minutes of added time as well at the moment, so that's only going to get longer as well, so plenty of time for either side.
Yeah, they're just making final plays down here beneath us. Whoever loses this will be heartbroken and devastated, of that there is no doubt. It's good to see though that Emmett McAvoy is back to his feet, rather gingerly so it must be said, but back to his feet nonetheless. So plays to resume with a free from Piarsaigh, because they were the team in possession of it. Evan Condon with this indirect free. Launches it long, dropping in around the 13. Possession now vital. It's picked up by Sean Brown back there for Newcastlewest, almost on the end line. Plays this one, that's gone for a wide ball. I thought it might have been a 65 myself. I won't lie, I thought Dermot Moore and Kelly knocked it out for a 65, but I'd be happy with that wave wide.
I think it was just Kieran Daly got the final touch. Much to your relief and everyone else in Newcastlewest relief. Puck out back, aim towards Mike McMahon yet again.
Yeah, Mike Mack puts up the paw, it breaks behind him, and there to win possession of it was Owen Hurley. Away from him, Mike McMahon in there again, but it's won on this occasion by Evan O'Brien. Lays it off now as Na Piarsaigh come away with this towards Keith Dempsey down here beneath us. What a brilliant block! What an unbelievable block from Niall Enright. And the ball now with Dermot Moore and Kelly. Plays this one towards the far side. The effort comes in from Brian Nix. It goes to the right. It's in now and it's over. Brian Nix has put it between the uprights. I thought it was going right and wide, but Brian Nix has put Newcastlewest back into the lead by 122-121. 90 seconds of normal time left.
Liam, if Newcastlewest do end up winning this game, they'll point back to that unbelievable block by Niall Enright.
Na Piarsaigh on the attack, no free forthcoming though. Seamus Hurley down that far side. Free's going to be hard fought at this stage. Seamus Hurley on the ground, picked up over there by Kevin Ryan. Ryan back, told to get back to his feet. Kieran Daly brilliantly blocked down. The Newcastlewest defence is holding strong. Across over there to win it was Aaron McCarthy. Driven clear only as far as that's Pat Gleeson, I think. Striking it in, dropping short. Newcastlewest have it and launch this one clear towards this near side of the field. Up goes the hands of a couple of players. Pat Gleeson lays this ball back. It's forward now towards this near side. The man in space for Na Piarsaigh. Striking it is Keith Dempsey and striking it to the left hand side and wide. Another wide for Na Piarsaigh. There is one between them. Newcastlewest lead by that 1 point, and we're about to find out from Patsy Coffey how many minutes of stoppage time are going to be added. We've 18 seconds of normal time, plus probably, I would say, 3 minutes of stoppage time. The puck out, breaking behind everybody, winning possession of it. There is 3 minutes of stoppage time. McMahon kicks this one forward. One there and brought forward by Dermot Moore and Kelly. Gets the effort in. It's going to drop short into the hands of the goalkeeper, Evan Condon. And Condon for Na Piarsaigh with his side trailing by 122-121. Ball down that far side of the field. Over there tried to win possession of it, Seamus Hurley. Over there with him is Kieran Daly. Hurley is on his hands and knees. 3 Newcastlewest men. Kieran Daly for Na Piarsaigh though manages to get it across to this near side. The hand goes up of the Newcastlewest man. Breaks it down. One down there by James Daly. Fouled by James E. Kelly. Free for James Daly. Free for Na Piarsaigh in front of the posts, and this will certainly be the leveller.
You'd imagine James Daly. It was a needless foul from James E. Kelly, Liam. Daly was coming onto his left hand side, his obviously weaker left hand side. Didn't need to do it. We're better off leaving him take the shot on the run. Didn't have the option. Now it's a big chance for Daly to score his 11th point of the game. Of course, got a goal from as well earlier from a free. Big chance to level it. A minute into added time.
James Daly pretty much in line with the right hand upright as we watch it here, and the City in goal on a beautiful sunny September afternoon at the LIT Gaelic grounds. Daly picks this one and strikes it. It's gone between the uprights and we are level again. 122-122. And are we facing the dreaded penalty shootout in order to decide who is crowned the intermediate champions of 2020? You wouldn't want to see either side lose on that. Puck out, won by Na Piarsaigh. Sean Long back as far as Kevin Daly. Daly brought away off towards Keith Dempsey. Dempsey from a long way out striking this one in, but it's gone to the left hand side and wide. A huge sigh of relief breathed up here. 2 minutes of the 3 minutes of stoppage time have been played and we are still level, Johnny Keogh. Is there to be a winner?
I've no answer to that, Liam. Keith Dempsey has had the chance. He's had 2 chances the last couple of minutes. As Mike's hand goes up again, Newcastlewest have it.
It's won by Ruan O'Connor. Brings it off towards Owen Hurley. Hurley strikes it. Hurley has put Newcastlewest into the lead. What a score from this near stand sideline. Super score, but the puck out is already on its way. It's won across on the far side brilliantly by Newcastlewest, but they've lost it again. Na Piarsaigh and James Daly tight to the sideline. Lays this one off. Na Piarsaigh on the attack. Cut out back there by Newcastlewest as they come away with this one. Are they about to win the coveted intermediate championship title? The ball down the far side into the hands now of Evan McMahon. McMahon doing well to hold up possession of it. He's lost the hurley. Back it goes. Aaron McCarthy, I think it is, has struck it over. A 2-point lead for Newcastlewest. 124 to 122. The 3 minutes of stoppage time are up. Oh, this is it now. It's all or nothing for Na Piarsaigh now. It's all over! It's all over! And after almost losing it in normal time, extra time delight for Newcastlewest, who are the intermediate champions of 2020. Oh, what a game.
What a game indeed, Liam, but what a finish from Newcastlewest. Brilliant score from Owen Hurley to give them the lead in the final seconds, and Aaron McCarthy then with the one to top it all off. What a game. Huge credit to both sides for putting in such a performance. Your heart goes out to Na Piarsaigh. You won't care too much about that, Liam, to be honest. A huge victory for Newcastlewest. It'll be them that are playing Premier Intermediate in 2021, and in fairness, they deserve it too. Brilliant finish. And you can try and get your breath back again.
What an afternoon's entertainment here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds, and what a result in the end for Newcastlewest. A 2-point victory for them, and after the heartbreak of last season when they were beaten by Glenroe after not performing in that county final, my God, did they perform this afternoon.
They did, Liam, you know, and look, we'll go back to the final stages of regular time. 4 points clear, looking ever so good to be winning the title. Lapse in concentration at the back cost them. They could have dropped the heads. They could have went completely the opposite side. They regrouped in extra time, stayed with Na Piarsaigh in the first period, and in the second period of extra time they were the better team. The result shows what it is for them. It's a huge victory for them. You can see outside with the celebrations. It's fantastic scenes with the small number of supporters coming out onto the field to celebrate with their team, and it's great to see James E. Kelly as well going around to the Na Piarsaigh players. Class in defeat and class in victory from James E. Kelly there, and look, there's no argument from anyone watching the game. The better team has won.
Well, certainly Na Piarsaigh have done their part in playing an absolute blinder here of a game this afternoon. Sean Brown is going to get his hands on the trophy, and I'm not sure if his mother and father are here to watch this one, because they've been all over the country with him from a young age, and I'm sure they'll be absolutely exceptionally proud as Sean makes his way to accept the trophy down beneath us. And just as I say it, there is his mother going in to congratulate her son on a wonderful afternoon as Newcastlewest are crowned intermediate champions. We'll have the presentation for you in just a moment. The presentation will take place down beneath us. Well, they almost nearly didn't get there after normal time. They were the better team over the course of the 60 minutes. And well, Na Piarsaigh caught them just at the end of regulation time, but there was no denying Newcastlewest at the end of the extra time period. And for Na Piarsaigh, well, I suppose for them it's heartbreak, of that there's no doubt. They've had their wonderful victory last night, John, in the senior final. I know they wanted to win this one this afternoon. It's a different set of players, of course, and you want to win every final you're involved in. But for Newcastlewest to be Premier Intermediate next season, Na Piarsaigh, of course, will be senior and intermediate next season.
Yeah, they will, Liam. Look, it's very disappointing to lose a final. The players on the field will be absolutely devastated. They won't take any consolation from the senior teams win. They're separate teams being part of the one club, but you know, they'll be back again next year, this intermediate team, you can be sure of that. For Newcastlewest, you know, for them now, they won't stop at just winning the intermediate title. For them, it's now making the grade and seeing what they can do at the higher level in 2021, and no doubt they'll fancy themselves to give it a good crack as well.
Well, Seamus McNamara, the chair of the CCC here in Limerick, is going to present the cup down here beneath us to a workmate of his, Sean Brown, who of course works in Tygo O'Connor's there in Newcastlewest as well with Seamus Mac. They're going to hand the trophy to each other, well, or invite him to lift the trophy, as the new norm is these days. As Newcastlewest players and mentors make their way towards this near side of the field where the presentation party is about to commence beneath us.
Just one word as well, Liam. Paul O'Grady from Patrickswell training this Newcastlewest team. He was with him last year through the heartbreak. He stayed with him again this year. Surely a huge impact he's made on this team as well.
They've waited a long time for this to return to what will be the second highest grade of hurling in Limerick, Newcastlewest. And down beneath us, Seamus McNamara is going to make the presentation. So Sean Brown lifts the trophy. Newcastlewest, the premier intermediate for next season and the intermediate champions for 2020. Sean Brown just posing for a picture with his mother there before the cup makes its way back out onto the field for the players to get their hands on it. And there it is. The Nick Green Sports Ground Intermediate Champions of 2020. The cup is heading west to Newcastlewest. And so ends our coverage here on Limerick GA TV of what's been a wonderful afternoon for Newcastlewest. It might have taken that little bit longer in terms of the extra time period, but well, Newcastlewest have gotten the county intermediate championship. They have beaten the Piarsaigh here this afternoon on what has been a wonderful advertisement for hurling. Wherever you were, hope you've enjoyed it. Newcastlewest County Intermediate Champions for 2020. From us all here at the LIT Gaelic Grounds, it's a very good afternoon.